What's up, everybody? Had to get a few things kind of situated before we jumped on this live stream because, once we get in, we in. What up, everybody? Here we go. Hey, Chris, hey, we here already. I'm telling you. All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to drop the link in. Well, let me warm everybody up real quick and let everybody know this is a conversation we're having right now with Chris, the CEO of Hum. We're having a conversation with him, giving everybody a chance to kind of meet him, giving them a chance to tell you guys what Hunt, because you guys got a lot of questions, and I'm trying to help out with as many questions as I can, but why not just bring the source of everything to the barbecue? So is my sound coming in pretty good? Because I'm about to drop this link. He's going to get on. We're going to start having this conversation because I know he's got stuff to do today. So let's get this conversation rolling. I know you guys got a lot of questions. I got a few questions myself. So let me go ahead and drop this link for him. Here we go. Let me put this in here. Bam. Like I said, we're starting a little bit early. I wanted to kind of get in for a second and then, pull him on in about 3. We'll get started early. If he's ready to go early, we'll go early. But man, it's been a crazy week. But I'm finally glad that we get this interview out the way because a lot of people have been asking, hey, man, when does this interview happen? It's really a conversation. Let's call it that. Let's just call it we're not going to interview him. He's not hiring anybody. We're not hiring him. He just wants to come and talk about the company he created and how he's going to help drivers and how we think that Hum is going to help us, especially here in Arizona. And once we get it right here, let's try to expand this out and get it to more regions. Let's try to expand and get it to more drivers so they can say, hey, I want to take control of my, hey, Garrett's in the house too. He can take control. All these drivers can logging in is rockets. Oh, you're like me. What's funny is I can't even log into my Facebook. It's all like automatic. I don't even log into Facebook. I just click something and it opens. It asks me for my password. I don't know what the password is. I just leave it alone. But I'll tell you what, I'm going to put this. I think I can put that link at the top. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see something. No, that link. I think that link will go at the top. Okay, I see you. Hold up for a second. Here he is, the man of the hour. What's good, my brother?
Let's see. How are you? I hear two voices at once.
Are you got your sound up on yours? Is it my voice you hear twice?
We're good now. I had the live stream open as well, which was a big no-no.
Okay, cool. Everybody, this is Chris right here. This is my man I be telling y'all about, man. This guy's a genius.
My guy. Jeff, how are you?
Man, I'm good. Always, man. Wake up in the morning, make my pancakes, get my sausage going, get my day moving. I'm supposed to help my son do some stuff today. So I'm like, oh man, I told him, I said, let me help you a little later on. We got some stuff to take care of today, kid.
There we go. I see those $5 off cards in the corner over there.
Oh yeah. Oh man, I keep these, man. I tell you, and like I said, I got my little mic drop coffee mugs because I love to drink coffee. But yeah, I got a whole stack of these. I give these out all the time. So if anybody knows what I'm talking about, these are the cards you can get. And I just found out you can actually get the decals at Firestone. I didn't know that.
Surprise.
So, man, exactly. You can go to any Firestone and get the decals. So for everybody asking, how can I get decals? Go to Firestone. They got them there for you. And Robin picked some up this morning, I think. She went and picked hers up this morning. I know Linda's out there. She wants some. I told Linda, go to Firestone, pick them up. So
good.
We're getting out there, man.
Yeah. Go to humrideshare.com/driver. And in the FAQ, just scroll down to the bottom, FAQ, you will see the participating Firestone locations. But that's just for the stickers. You could actually go to any Firestone, tell them you're a Hum driver. They can pull up our national account with them. And if you want to get 10% off your oil change, whatever service, if you got to get new tires, go ask them about what you can get discounts on because all of our Hum drivers at any Firestone can get discounts.
Okay. Well, I didn't know that. You learn something new every day. Nobody ever told me.
That's because you work on your own car, Jeff.
I know it. Hey, I know Nick out there. He wants to get oil changes all the time. So, Nick, if you're listening, go to Firestone. Tell him you're a Hum driver. Get a percentage off out there, man. Yeah, so yeah, we got almost 50 people in here. Everybody's ready today, man. Usually it takes me a while to get up to 50, but people are here for you. Like I said, you're building something. And I think a lot of people are interested in seeing exactly what your vision is with this company you're creating. So how did you start Hum? What happened? How did you start this?
Oh man, that story goes back to 2020 at the advent of something called COVID. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but
I ain't never heard of that, man.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. So my father and I, who's I believe listening in on this, the other co-founder here,
Garrett's in here.
We used to enjoy late evening walks together with my dog because there's nothing to do during COVID. And during those walks, we would jam about new ideas, talk about work, talk about this, that, and the other. And, there was one day where we were talking, and I had been fixated on one specific rideshare ride I was on as a passenger. And I got obsessed. He got obsessed. We started talking about how rideshare had actually deteriorated over the years. I don't know if you guys remember, but I mean, I'm sure a lot of folks in here have been with with the other guys since day one.
2019 for me, 2019.
Yeah. And some of the guys have been in here with Hum since day one too, which is good. But, the other rideshare companies, it used to be a really great way for people to go in, make some good money. It was a really good experience for both sides of the marketplace, drivers and riders. Somewhere along the lines of it being a luxury to turning into a way of life, the experience deteriorated. And I myself, as a passenger at the time, a very heavy using passenger, had just one ride that stuck with me, man. It was it was a rough one, and I was so fixated on the passenger experience. It's like, how can this rider experience get better? And we're talking, my dad and I, and there was a moment where we realized that, man, we're just focused on the symptom right now. Passenger experience is only a symptom of a much greater disease. And so what's that disease? That disease was the treatment of the drivers, the most valuable asset, right, of the industry.
These are the
front lines in there, the ones that are going out there putting in heavy hours. I know you work late nights, right? The people who are up all night. The experience deteriorated for them because they were thrown into the backseat of the industry. And you guys are the most important ones in the industry. You guys, passengers come and go, but the drivers, you guys are the ones that are responsible for curating a meaningful experience for everybody.
Yes.
And so we shifted our attention to that. And when we did that, we thought, how can we really build a company that's surrounding the driver, where the driver is truly at the center of it? And that's how we came into the Hum business model, a commission-free business model. We decided to remonetize the rideshare marketplace entirely, right? Instead of this commission take rate on every single ride transaction, which lacks transparency, we said, let's do something that's transparent. That's what these guys want at the end of the day, is transparency. And by remonetizing it, we brought in the subscription model, right? We're in the middle of the subscription economy. Everyone's got an Amazon, a Netflix, a Spotify, you name it, type of subscription. Why isn't there one for rideshare, right?
Yeah.
And so that was the advent, and that was the birth for Hum. We began working on that for a few years, and we eventually left our jobs and went all into this thing just over a year ago.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said something about the drivers, because actually what Hum stands for, what I found out, is Here You Matter. I like that.
I like it.
That is dope. I like that. I'm like, Here You Matter. And that, to me, that means a lot, that a company would really focus on the assets. It's kind of like a school focusing on the teachers, or, a casino focusing on the workers of the casino. You have a rideshare company that's focusing on the drivers, the people that make it work, the cogs in the wheel. And like you said, it deteriorated so fast. And there's a video that came out the other day. It's got probably close to about 2-3 million views already. And it's talking about exactly what you're saying, the deterioration of the relationship with the drivers. So that right there, and for you and your dad to come up with this idea of, hey, let's put the energy and effort, back into drivers again. Let's let them know that they matter. Here You Matter. I like that.
Yeah, man. I mean, imagine opening up a restaurant and treating your wait staff, your chef, every worker in there like garbage. How can you expect someone to deliver a five-star meal when you're treating all of your employees like that? Like, you got to rally around your employees if you want some good meals, and that's what we're doing here. I think we're dishing up some really good meals here at Hum.
Oh yeah. And I mean, every ride I give, I met a guy yesterday. I did a Lyft ride yesterday. So I met him. He was on his sister's account. So I said, you don't have an account? He says, no, Lyft won't let me have an account for whatever reason. So I said, hey, here's a Hum card. Download this. So I said, you can get your own account. So you got to use your sister's account.
Here we go.
So, and it's like things like that, because me and him, we had a great conversation, a great ride. I was just taking him to work early in the morning, and I'm like, these are the kind of riders that I see. And he's probably thinking, this is the kind of driver I want. Like, we matter to each other. It's kind of like that here you matter mentality. It's like, dude, well, ride with us. If Lyft don't want you, we'll take you. Of course, man, ride with us. And I kind of enjoy how this company is set up to give us the energy and the money. Cause I think I got like $11 on that, or it was like he paid like $11 for the ride. I got like $5.50. So I got less than half on Lyft. Now there's no way I would have made $5.50 for a 4 mile trip on Hum. No way. Cause it's $5 just to pick him up. 25 cents a minute in a sedan, $1 a mile. So I would have easily had about $10, $11 anyways. What he paid, I would have got anyways.
Yeah.
So, and he wants to do this on it. So I'm like, hey, here's the card, man. It's the perfect setup. I think it's the perfect setup. I like the way it runs. So
yeah, glad you do. I'm glad you do. And we're stoked to have you on the team, Jeff. You've been an awesome driver, and you've obviously gone out of your way really well to build out your own book of business here with Hum too. Which is especially unique for us, right? We get to, as drivers on Hum, we get to build out our own books of business. So you can hop onto Hum, right? You can get new on-demand rides. You can get pre-scheduled rides and everything. And you can try to get this person to really fall in love with you so that they choose to call you up, right? They call you up for that airport, that trip wherever they're going, right? They call you up for their appointment or to go to the grocery store. So you've done a good job.
And that's what, and that's what I was telling, like the other day I picked up a guy, and now he's in Mesa, and I live closer to the airport. So I had the ability to pass him to Bighorn Kev. I gave him the Kev who's on Hum. So now Kev does a ride with him every day, up to 2 rides a day with him on Hum now. So we recruited him off of Lyft, and now he's a 2-a-day Hum rider. And he can use Kev every single time. He doesn't have to just arbitrarily go out there. So this is kind of how Hum is set up. It, like I said, it's an opportunity, not like a rideshare app. It's a rideshare opportunity. It kind of helps you build yourself, your business, so you can be like your own independent contractor for real.
Totally. Yeah. Jeff, how did you hear of Hum?
I heard of Hum from Chad. Now, Chad, with the light on top of the car, he lives in my neighborhood. Now, what Chad does is he goes and tells everybody about, his day, from the delivering the stuff to the casino, driving people, everything. Chad is like, one of the most vocal people when it comes to rideshare. And he's like, Jeff, you got to get on Hum. You got to get on Hum. And I got on it when it was free a long time ago. But as you can look at some of my videos from back then, I was like, I don't know what the deal is. I'm getting no pings with this app. What's the deal with this app? And I see that a lot in my comments today. People say, I get no pings on this app. It's different than what you think it is. It's more like you need to be proactive, not reactive. With Hum, it allows you the ability to be proactively going out, getting the money you feel you deserve. You don't have to wait on scraps and wait on popcorn like a pigeon to be thrown on the ground. You got to be proactive with Hum. And as Hum is growing, the riders are now, choosing Hum before they choose the other 2 apps, because they see the drivers are happier on Hum because we're getting the money we deserve. Just the whole vibe of a Hum ride is different than a Lyft ride where you're getting played. You're sitting there like, man, I'm getting $7. I know this person paid like $30. I know I'm getting played. And it's like, it's that whole morale. So, I don't know. Even with Jamil and all these guys who are all helping us all out, build our client bases out, I immediately want to ship them over to Hum because I know I'm going to get the money. I'm getting it. And when I tell people that, they don't even care how much they're paying. Just the fact that the driver's getting 100% of the money. They don't care if it's $2 more than a Lyft ride, $3 more. They don't care. It's the fact that I'm getting 100% of the money. That's what they really care about. So I never tell people, oh, you're going to save so much money with Hum, because you might not. It's like, but I do tell you, it's going to be a better experience with Hum because now I'm getting paid. I'm not getting played. The money you're paying, I'm actually getting.
I like it. I'd say people are, in the grand scheme, if you do a month of Uber and a month of any other rideshare company and a month of Hum, you compare the price points that you spent on, I think Hum, you're going to be saving some money on. We're not doing any surge pricing on our passengers because our drivers are keeping 100% of the fares, right? And you guys are out there, and we got to work AZ Bike Week together, right? And not a bad earnings opportunity. Waste management, really not a bad earnings opportunity. That was a good one. And there's some folks on other rideshare apps that were out there, chasing that surge, but you know how those algorithms work. It's hard to pick up a ride from that area necessarily. They kind of push you away. And so at least our drivers, you guys were showing up and just cycling through, right? Cycling predictable revenue for all of you.
And I like that because I tell, when I give people a ride, I tell them, you can actually budget for a hum ride because you're not going to have a surge price. You know what you're going to pay every time you get it. As a passenger, you can calculate it yourself. You can say, okay, I'm about 10 miles away. It takes me average about this time. So estimate it. It's not going to just jump $15, $20, $30 out of the blue because everybody's requesting a ride right now. It's going to be what it is. Today, I picked up a lady in Mesa and I brought her to the community college where she works. She paid like $19 for that ride. I got like $8. And I'm thinking because it was surging at the time. This is what happens to people. You wake up in the morning, you plan on paying $8, $9 for a ride like always. It happens to surge this day. Now you're paying double, triple of what you normally pay. With hum, you're not going to have that. You just won't, not with surge price, and you won't have it.
Yeah, very true. How's it been for you? I mean, you've been building out a book of business. What's that like for you?
Well, it just gives me the leverage. Now I feel like, because a lot of people give me, even on YouTube, people give me shit all the time because Jeff, you riding around with no insurance and blah, blah, blah. They always saying that. But now the fact that I got, hum, they can't say anything now. So all that kind of squash. Nobody even talks about commercial insurance on my channel no more because they can't say anything now. Because I have some days I'll do a ride. I did an airport ride the other day for $40. I forgot to put it on hum. It was a private ride and I forgot to put it on hum because I'm still getting used to the swing of knowing that I have the ability to put this on a commercial insurance plan and drive across town with it without me having to, resort to finagling with my own private insurance and, hey, this is a friend of mine or something like that. It just gives you that comfortability of saying, I am covered. If anything was to happen, at least the cars and everything I just smashed up, all of that's paid for. I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And I got let me see, Kev, I know he does more hum rides than I do because like I said, I'm more of a night driver. He's more of a midday, early morning to night driver. So I'm still working on my night hum client base right now. And I maybe get like 2-3 pings a night where daytime, I mean, this thing is pinging like crazy. It'll be like 9 miles away, 8 miles away, 4 miles away, a mile away. When I picked up Terry one day, Terry's a client. She's a rider that uses all of us. Everybody, Brian's had her, Marcel's had her. Everybody's had this lady, Terry. And so it's pretty cool that we all know riders in common and the riders know drivers in common. It gives a more secure feel to the network. Because and when Billy Proctor picked up this guy Wendell, he picked up Wendell one day, and I ended up picking up Wendell as the second ride. So we all were having laughing back and forth, but it's a totally different experience than, oh, y'all took an Uber ride. I don't know Uber drivers. There's so many, and it's like they come and go, and they don't really hang out with each other. They more like at each other's throats and trying to be friends with each other. So it's a totally different vibe.
Well, we're all about community here, right? And we want to continue putting dollars in our drivers' pockets because that's the best way to bolster up the community. I think you and I were having a phone conversation about this maybe last week, right? Like when you're getting paid 100% of the fares, you're making some good revenue now, and you're redistributing that into local small businesses, right? Other drivers, right? You're probably hopping on as a passenger from time to time, right? And this stays within circulation within the local economy, which is really a powerful move.
Yeah.
And I see some questions on here too about expansion. I think I see North Carolina.
Oh yeah, we get that a lot. That a lot, expansions. Yeah. So now, because we're new here in Arizona, we're trying to get it right. And this is one of my questions I had wrote down too. And we're trying to get it right here in Arizona. What are your future, let's say your 5-year plan? What is your 5-year plan with expansion? Are you going north, south, east, west? What are you thinking about doing?
Well, 5 years, we'll certainly be in all types of markets. I can't say exactly which ones out here on the live stream, but right now we're actually planning our most immediate expansion here in our backyard. There's another grand market just a couple hours south of us, right down in Tucson. So we have put together a pretty solid expansion playbook that we get to execute with a local director of field operations for every single market. Our focus since we launched this thing, which was only February of last year, right? We're 14 months into this. The most important thing is that we really dial in operations here in Phoenix. And, we've been doing a great job. I think there's been a lot of awareness built up here in this market, right? You can hop into just about any rideshare vehicle and ask if they know of Hum, and those drivers know of Hum, right? A lot of passengers know of Hum now too. And, they're now starting to use this a lot more. And as you guys are building out your book of business, that helps.
Yeah.
It actually helps a lot.
And I love the fact that, I'm going to interrupt you. I love the fact that you as a CEO are speaking on drivers building out their own book of business. That's major. Yeah. You're not trying, like I said, Uber and Lyft are more like plantation mentality. They want to get drivers in, chew them up, spit them out, run their cars into the ground, and just move on to the next.
Yeah.
You want to actually empower drivers to take care of their families. Hey, build out your book of business. And what I'd like to see on Hum's website, honestly, what I'd like to see is drivers speaking about how they build out their book of business, because a lot of people want to know. I can talk about it on my channel, but I'm only one channel. Now, when people go to like the Hum Rideshare, when they go to your YouTube channel, it should be drivers there talking about, this is how I build out my book of business. This is how I do. And anybody can just pick and choose what they want to use from each driver. Hey, I like the way Jeff does it. Like the way Jamil does it. Like the way Billy does it. So that will be some good content, I think, because a lot of our drivers, and for you to be the company to say, please build out your book of business. I like that, because that's me, man. I'm like that all day. I'm an entrepreneur. I love that. That's how I am.
Yeah, absolutely. I bet you can attest to this. Content is hard, right? We're doing a million things at once here, and certainly doing our best to continue getting more content out there. And I'm really excited for the upcoming driver diaries, which will be able to help showcase a lot of those like money-making efforts, revenue maximization efforts that you guys have in building out your own books.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I mean, it's important. We continue to dial things in here first, right? We've got an opportunity in our backyard with Tucson too. Get some ops out down there. And then, look, my goal, I want everybody to have this. Right. I want our mission is to elevate the lives of many, many, many people. And Hum is the vehicle of which we're doing that. There's been so many companies of all types, every industry, but there's also been rideshare companies that have tried to grow too quickly. And that's been sort of what causes their demise at the end of the day. They might have problems and they only exacerbate those problems. Look, I'm in this for the long haul. We're all in on this thing. And so, there's no surrender, no retreat. And we need to make sure that the business aspect of this is taken care of, so that, when we expand to all these other markets, Atlanta, I see LA in here, I see the Carolinas in here. When we're all out there and in Florida, like, it's sound and it's working well, so that it's with you for the long haul.
Yeah.
Right? We're in this for the long haul.
And I like what you just said, because yesterday we had a chat about collective consciousness, on how we all think and how we all we want to, and I don't know, just the way you just said that, because everybody knows how I feel about me and my channel. I love to be small. I like to organically grow. I always say I want to keep my channel small. I want to be able to handle it. I want to, I'm on top of everything. And here you are saying pretty much the same thing on a larger scale. You want to stay small. You want to grow organically. You want to make sure all the steps are right before you start expanding. I mean, me and you have never had a conversation about that, so people can say, oh, this is a setup. But this is what I talk about all the time on this channel, exactly what you say. And for me to be a retired executive from casino, I understand casinos go up too fast. They go down too fast. They don't make all the steps together. You got to slowly get things done. And for you to say that to drivers out there who are expand now, move now, do this now, do this now. And I'm like, give it time, man. Trust me on this one. I know how going too fast works. And you just said that. And I appreciate you saying it, because it makes me feel like, that collective consciousness, we're all on the same level right now. We're all thinking of the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And, this is only the beginning. Our goals are to bring this all over the country. So,
hopefully
stick with us, right? Continue cheering us on and helping out. If you're in another market, continue following our guy here, Jeff, continue following us. We're going to be in your market. It's just a matter of time here when we're there.
Yeah. Because I tell a lot of people, the 50 states are different. Every city is different. So you got different protocols, permits, regulations. You got a lot of red tape stuff you got to go through. So it's not like, you're just moving somewhere and opening up, a slushy stand. This is, a lot of liability. It's a lot involved with marketing. It's a lot involved with politicians that are already in bed with other companies already. So you got to kind of get in good in the market you're in now to prove to another market, hey, we can bring a level of economy to your market, something that your drivers do want. Because even when a Walmart tries to move into a market, people are signing petitions. No Walmart, no. But we say Walmart's good. They say we don't want it. So it's a lot you got to go through to get into a new market. And I try to, slow people down because everybody wants it now. Because this is how sick we are of Uber and Lyft. We all want it now. We need something different now. Yeah. But we've got to get it right. We've got to make sure, the I's are dotted, the T's are crossed, and we can get this from this market and migrate it over. We already got the playbook. We got the prototype done. Let's move it over to a new market now. And it's like I said, I like what you guys are doing, man. Really do. Really do. Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't get with you guys early on because, like I said, when Chad told me about it like over a year ago and I had it for free on my phone, I didn't think about how it was just starting. And I'm thinking, I'm not getting any pings because I hear that from people now. And I'm like, bro, that's not the type of app this is right now. Dude, you can build a business with this. Yeah. It's like, it's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at Hum drivers, you're looking at a group of entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah.
You're looking at a big group of go-getters right now, people who are invested in this and many of which quite literally, right? This thing takes money. And I guess I'm going to go on a little bit of a tangent here, but these things take a lot of money and marketing costs a lot of money. We have never slowed down on it. We've only continued to increase on marketing as well, by the way. But yeah, all these things are capital intensive. And, there was a moment when we were launching this thing that we said, how wonderful would it be if our users can be owners in this? And that way, if you think about other marketplace type companies, other rideshare companies, there are real estate companies, where you go and you book a house in a new city for a night or a few nights or the weekend, whatever it is, right? How many of those companies really opened up an opportunity for its users to invest?
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't find many. And so, we were raising some capital for this in the early days after bootstrapping. And we asked ourselves, how wonderful would it be if our users can be invested in this as well, so that they can be along for the journey in a much, much more meaningful way too. And so the vehicle of which we achieved that mission or that goal was through a crowdfund. And so we actually launched a crowdfund at the beginning of this year on a platform called Equity Vest, where we're raising a goal of $500,000, and users as friends or anyone all over the country can invest as little as $250 to have an ownership in Hum. And that was really cool. It's a little bit of like two birds, one stone, right? This goes right back into driving more passengers into the app to help you guys build out books of business. This goes into more marketing and advertising materials. This goes into getting more drivers and helping spread the word.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said people can invest into it to help it grow, because I'm an investor. A lot of people know me. I've invested in crypto. I've invested in a lot of things that don't even have utility. I mean, crypto right now basically has no utility. It's a buy sell feature. And a lot of people invest into it with the hopes that one day it's going to have utility. Here we have Hum right now. It's actually being utilized. It has a utility. So to invest $250 in a Hum right now only makes it possible so it can end up in other cities, so it can end up in other markets. And I've said this on live stream, so it's not new. I've invested about $6-7 grand into Nikola, the company here, right? I'm about 5,000 in the hole right now. It's shot down to the ground. But that's what happens when you invest into like the stock market. But I'm investing into the future. Like a lot of people, like I got a lot of shares in it. And I tell people I'm investing into the future. I'm not looking at getting a return right now. I know hydrogen is on the way. I know driver-owned rideshare companies are on the way. If you get in at ground level, this is how it's going to make a difference in the future for you. This may not be for me. Like I said, this could be for my kids or my grandkids of what I've invested into it. And I can always pass these shares to them. Same with Hum. If you get in Hum now, there's going to be turbulent ways. If you're an investor, you understand what I'm talking about. You don't invest and it goes straight up. You invest, there's capital investments, things go down, things are bought at ground level, then it shoots up. Anybody who's ever invested knows this. And I've made a lot of money investing. So the fact that you're allowing riders and drivers to say, hey, I can like crowdfund, I can equity invest into your company and have a share of it right now at this level. I don't know, man. I think a lot of people need to see this tidal wave. Like I always tell people on this channel, we stay ahead of the curve. Uber, if you put money into Uber, you're basically investing into your own demise. They're going driverless. So it's like, and I tell people that if you invest money into Uber and Lyft, you're investing into your own demise as a driver. That's what you're doing. You're helping them build the enemy against your career choice. Whereas when you put that same money in Hum, it's not looking at going driverless. It's trying to improve drivers. It's trying to help you create your book. You go out, get clients. You go out, get money. You keep your family going. You buy new vehicles that you're going to drive because Hum allows you to do this. Yeah. Investing in Uber is like, hey, I'm investing into bullets so I can shoot myself one day. It's like, I just don't see myself investing in Uber and Lyft. I don't. I'd rather have me earning money than me trying to make $100 gain on stock. I can make thousands and thousands of dollars as a driver. Why do I need to make $100 gain on stock when I can make thousands? I'm not investing in Uber and Lyft. I'm just not. People say, oh, I doubled my money. I put 100 in Uber. I got 100 back. To double your money in Uber is going to take a long time. It's going to, because it only moves up 5%, 3%, 2%. $100 you put in an Uber, you make $5. You might pull out 105. You made $5 invested in your own demise. It's like invest in something that's gonna help you as a human on this planet. That's why I like Hum, H-U-M, human. It helps you be a human on this planet. So you can do this. Maybe your kids one day want to say, hey, Dad, I want to take your book of business. Is it okay if I start using the Suburban now? I'm 27. I'm in between jobs. Can I have some of your book? You know my kids. You know my son. Okay, cool. You can have some of my book of business. This is building a real business. This is what it is.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Exactly that. And Billy brought up a good point here too. An investment in Hum is investing in yourself. I mean,
bam.
Look, I don't want to speak to every driver's earnings, but again, minimum investment is $250, and we have an average fare of $20 right now. That's not a bad deal. When we're out there able to get you guys rides. There was a stat that I really fell in love with, just as one of the co-founders of this company. When we launched a year ago, it was during, you probably remember this. It wasn't just Waste Management 2023 here in Phoenix, but it was also the Super Bowl. Crazy week.
Yeah.
And, we put this thing live. And in that first month, we did about 100 rides in 1 month. So, really, really low, right? This is MVP. We're just trying to prove out the concept of this thing. But we're pretty excited. Yeah, that was cool for us. We're like, all right, cool. We got some drivers, some money.
Especially with the big fish around. Yeah.
And it was free. I mean, there were no subscriptions at the time either, right? So no one lost money doing this. And fast forward to the next year, looking at 100 rides in the month of February in 2023. Now it's February 2024. Super Bowl's not here. It's just Waste Management. One driver did 100 rides himself. And so, do the math on what $20 average fare looks like on that. We also did 100 rides in one day during that month. Like that was an exciting moment for me.
That's growth. That's growth.
Yeah. So it's been a fun journey, man. We're happy to have you along with it.
Yeah. And we talk about that a lot on this channel. I talk about, how GM, the original protest for General Motors, there were 50 people. I talk about the first 50. And that was the first historical organized protest against a corporation, was the first 50 in the GM. And I say that because those first 50 didn't know how organized protests and unions would ever become. They were just 50 guys who got together. Now look at all the unions out there. When you get in something on the ground level, you have no idea how far it can go. And that's why I like to use that as an example. I use it for good and for bad. You get on something on the ground level and you just watch it grow. Because like you said, you did 100 rides last February. One driver did 100 himself this February. You did 100 in one day. It's growth. That's exponential. And I say the same thing about my channel. I tell people, I remember when I had 8 subscribers. I remember when I started, I had 8 subs. And now I'm almost 9,000. I'm like, holy crap, I'm almost 9,000 people. It's growth. And a lot of people have that instant gratification. I'm from the era of hard work, and you take pride in what you do and what you build. I always talk about building. I talk about planting gardens when I was younger. I talk about working on my cars. So I love to work. I love to see a process where a lot of people, they have that instant gratification. They want to jump on the app today and make the same amount of money they're making on Lyft. I'll tell you, you're not going to make the same amount of money, but your profit margins are going to be a lot higher than what you get on those other two apps. If you know you can do 4 rides a day at 100% of the what's being paid, turn that 4 into 5 tomorrow, turn that 5 into 7 the next day, turn that 7 into 10. These are all private people or people that are just going through Hum because they want to hit it and get a ride. It's a slow growth process. And that's what I discuss a lot because it's just how I'm designed inside. I'm not designed for, the quick hustle. Come in today, tomorrow I just doubled all my money. I've never been like that. I've always been, an investor, because I've worked around investors. I've worked in corporate America. People dump $500,000 on something and they don't see a return on that until, 3, 4, 5 years later. And it's like, it's what happens, is what it is. So I understand how you're designing this business, why you're designing. That's why I want you to talk to people to say why you're designing it and how we can benefit from it as drivers and riders, basically. And it's the economy. It's all about the economy.
Yeah. We're designed for you guys. At the end of the day, we're designed for you guys. You're at the core of all this, and your passengers as well are at the core of all this. It's user centricity has become a little bit of a buzzword with a lot of companies out there. I'm sure you've seen it all over. I mean, the new buzzword right now is AI, but we actually built a business model that is driver and rider centric. I mean, look, drivers sign up. You guys pay a monthly flat rate subscription. What does that solve? That solves the issue of complete lack of transparency in the industry to begin with. One monthly flat rate. Today, it ranges between $30 to $40. We're going to release our luxury vehicles next with a new app update that's coming out. We've been testing it for the last 2 weeks. It's driving me nuts because I want you guys to have it today. But you will soon. You will soon. And
good.
You guys are going to like it. Your riders are going to like it, especially. But anyways, $30 flat rate, $20 average fare. All right. That means it takes 1.5 rides to pay that off. And the rest is all gravy, all gold for you. And if you come in and you're able to get 1 and build that to 3, build that to 5, and then 10 regulars who are calling you up and looking to get a ride from you specifically, well, now you're on the precipice of really building out your own business, right? It's kind of that Shopify effect. Where do you go when you want to start maybe a t-shirt business? Well, you're probably the guy to ask that, but maybe you're starting a t-shirt business or you're selling candles online. You go to Shopify and you build out your business on there. And that's sort of that's the ecosystem that we're looking to create here with our drivers too. We want you to come in. We're going to continue spending money on marketing to get you rides on demand as well and get new passengers on here. But you can start bringing on your own passengers, and those on-demand rides can become a lead generation opportunity for you to build out your book of business, right? So, I know you and I know everybody else, right? Everyone has multiple apps running at any given time. And I know what happens when rides come through, right? Those ones are the fun ones to get.
Oh, yeah. When I hear that phone ring, this is the funny thing. When I hear Lyft, I'm like, I'll look at the miles, I'll look at how much money, and I'll kind of analyze it in my head. With Hum, I'm like, it's all my money. I don't have to analyze. It's crazy how it works. I don't have to look for surge. I don't have to spend, miles driving around town looking for surge. Hey, is surge going to pop up here or there? With Hum, just stay where you at, because whatever ride's happening, you're getting 100% of it. And like you said about the whole thing with AI, I love the fact that Hum is not AI. You didn't run with that whole AI system. I had a question one time, and your dad actually answered it. And I'm like, that's humanity right there. And it was a perfect answer. He was like, hey, Jeff, this is because I had a question about something. And he was like, oh, this is what it was. And you did great. You did perfect. I'm like, that is a true, I knew his expression because he's a human. I'm a human. And just to get that type of feedback in the customer service part, I mean, it feels good. It feels different. When you contact Lyft or Uber, you don't know if you're talking to AI or somebody in India. You have no idea. And it doesn't feel genuine. It doesn't feel like they're trying to help you. It's like they're trying to pull something over on you. Like, no, that's the price. Trust me. Let me put you on hold for 5 minutes. And they keep coming back and forth, screwing with you all the time. It's not a good feeling dealing with customer support for Uber and Lyft. It's just not a good feeling because you're getting screwed over. And I had a conversation with Robin last night about how she got screwed over, or they tried to. And one day I want to have her on so she can kind of discuss what happened with her experience, because I don't want to have to bring it all up on this one. But trust me, the fact that you guys are not using AI and that you're really using humans to do all the work in the background, it means a lot to drivers who are on the road looking to talk to somebody when we have a problem.
Yep. You know, it's a really wonderful tool. AI really is. It is transforming the professional landscape and just consumer landscape like no other today. It is a great. It's complementary though. You know, I don't see it as total replacements for everybody. And, you know, you see that this is autonomous vehicles too, right?
Yeah.
Look, we've got Waymo. We're in Waymo's largest testing playground out here in Phoenix. So it's really relevant to us, whereas, you know, maybe in other markets, it's not so relevant. But that's where we are. We're in a testing playground right now. I think that these are wonderful tools, but they are complementary tools. You know, look, I use it. You know, sometimes I just hit creative blocks. I don't know what to come up with next. And it's been a really wonderful tool to sort of help spark something for me. And that's really how I use it right now. You could use it to set up some other workflows on the back end to help you out, but that's, I still see it as complementary.
Yeah, that human connection is genuine because you got empathy involved in it. And a lot of times AI is not empathetic. It's data driven. So it's whatever you put into the system is what you're getting out of it. If you put certain, you know, dynamics into it, it's going to spit out your preferences, your most likelies, the probabilities. It's going to spit all that out, but it's not going to spit out empathy. Like, oh, Jeff, man, I really feel bad about that, man. You know what, Jeff? I'm going to waive that. Okay. And like I was saying in the last live stream, I appreciate you guys waiving the fees for Tucson. I said that in my last stream, man, because they're a smaller market. They need to help. And so when they were saying, you know, hey, they're waiving our fees in Tucson, we celebrated because we see how hard you guys are pushing to get drivers to really believe in the system that you're creating with Hum. I appreciate that. And I said that in the last stream. I'm telling you today, I appreciate that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And as Mogul Farmer points out, yeah, there are no surge pricing. There's no surge pricing for the riders. Plain and simple. It's flat rate, anytime fares. Riders hop on. It's predictable. You know, if they're going to an appointment every Monday, they know exactly how much that ride's going to cost any hour of the day.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think that the no surge thing sometimes might scare some drivers from time to time. But, Jeff, I'd love to kind of hear your opinion about, you know, Hum's no surge and how that has stacked up with other rideshare companies and most importantly, your earnings.
See, and this is the thing about what happens with surge. There's times when we get surge on other apps, but they kill our fare. They tank our fare all to the floor. So the surge is not really a surge. It looks like it on the screen because it's like, oh man, I get +7, but it's the exact same price you get no matter what. And a lot of people can verify that. And there's nights when people are leaving the game. Surge is what the rider pays. It's all benefit for the company. It's not really what the driver's going to get out of it. Where I've had so many rides, even with surge, I would make more with Hum. And on when I do Hum rides, when people don't pay surge, oh, they're happy. I've done like 2-3 mile rides, gotten $11-12, and they've given me a $5 tip on top of almost $20 for 2 miles, no surge. $20, 2 miles, no surge. So you don't need surge to make it. All you need is a rider that's happy, a driver that's happy. The money's going to be there because when the person appreciates the fact that you're not gouging them, oh, I'm glad you guys aren't charging us $80 to get out of here. It was only $60. Cool. They'll give you a $40 tip. Here's $100. Take that. I mean, they're so appreciative of you not gouging them. Man, the rides right now are $32. Why is it only like $19 on Hum? Man, here's $30. It's like, dude, I appreciate that. So I don't think, you know, surge is the answer to your success. It's not, and many drivers can attest that. Surge is what kills the economy. It's what the riders are being gouged for. Drivers don't even get that benefit. Because when you ask somebody, I showed a ride where I had like probably $15 surge. I did a 2 mile trip. I got $20. I did a video on it. The lady paid $43 to go 2 miles. I picked her up downtown, dropped her off north. She paid $43 to go downtown. I got 20. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm getting $10 a mile. This is amazing. It ripped her off $43 to go 2 miles. Now, had she had Hum on the phone, she would have probably been like, hey, I'm going to do this Hum ride. I would have did the Hum ride. I would have kept my surge on the other app because we know how to do that, y'all. We know the Harriet Tubman method. I would have did the Hum ride, linked her up as a private client for future use, kept my surge on my other app. So it's money on top of money. You're stacking money. It's like anybody out there who does betting, if you know what a parlay is when you got a sure bet and you put a sure bet on top of a sure bet and you just like, oh, you just magnified your money. My sure bet is Hum. That's my sure bet. It's 100%. I know what I'm getting.
Yeah.
The risky part is using the other apps that I know that they're going to eat me up. Do your sure bet first. Always put your sure bet in. And then you can say, okay, now I got that out the way. I got that money back. Now I'm going to try to do my second one. But a lot of times when you put the risky bet first, your sure bet might not fall through because you did the risky one first and you lost money. You lost an opportunity. Like I said, I worked for gaming 20 years of my life. Sports book 3 years of my life. So I know a lot about parlays and sure bets.
I'm not much of a betting man myself, but
yeah,
Jeff, I would go on to bet that, your book of business here is going to continue growing. And that's something I would consider a sure thing.
Oh, I appreciate that, brother. I hope so, because I'm supposed to go look at a black SUV later today. So I'm glad.
How many cars do you have now?
Oh, this will be 5. But I work on them all the time, so they could be up on block. People see my car sitting up on blocks and jack stands for a week straight. It's like, I'm like, parts will be in. I ain't worried about it. So I'll drive something else while that one's being worked on. Okay. But if I can build this business to where, like, I'm glad you said something about the luxury tier, because I would love to be on the luxury tier. And I know it's going to cost more. I'm an investor. I tell people, if I invest $6,000 in a Nikola and I'm losing 5,000 of it right now, I don't mind paying $2 a day to be on an app. Really, I don't. I'm like, this is big money energy. Everybody on this channel know we big money energy around here. You tell me something gonna cost me $2 a day, I'm laughing at it. I'm like, I've lost way more than that. You say, hey Jeff, it's gonna cost you $2 a day. I'm like, okay, bring me a challenge. Give me something that's challenging, because $2 a day and you give me the opportunity to make 1,000 that day. That's $2 a day. It's nothing. I'm gonna go out and I know me, I know myself. I'm gonna go generate that business. I'm gonna make that money. And so hopefully with this luxury tier, whatever you charge for, I want to put my cars on that tier. And I know it's going to be a little more, like I said, I'm cool with investing. I'm a good investor. I think I got it figured out a little bit.
We first step is get that new app update out, right? And with that, we'll be putting those live just afterwards. I know, for everyone that's been with us, you've been hearing about this new app update for a while. We've been testing it. I mean, night and day for the last couple of weeks here. It's been some really late nights, to say the least, right? We've got a team that's overseas as well working with us on this. So we got to make sure we're awake when they're responding. And I'll tell you, number one improvement, right, is massive improvement to just general latency issues that we got with sort of our first version, which was expected. I mean, it's the first version of a new app. I'm sure you guys remember the first versions of any other rideshare app you used. Do you know the first version of the Cybertruck? They're recalling 100% of their trucks. The first version of anything, don't buy it yet. Hold up. Yeah. Unless it's Hum.
Exactly. This is Hum, because it's going to grow. I know. But if your accelerator pedal gets stuck in your Cybertruck, you've got a 3-ton vehicle smashing everything in front of you.
At least it's you're protected on the inside of those things. But I feel bad for everyone around you. Yeah.
Man, battering ram. Like, man.
We're doing, general latency improvements, a complete overhaul on the UI and UX, user experience, especially on the Rider app. That one, the UX looks a lot different. It's totally modernized. We have all the same great features. We added a new one around safety and security. And this one's one that I'm pretty excited about. Look, we take safety and security extremely important. We've all heard the news stories and seen the articles in the past of other rideshare companies. And when you look at female rideshare usage, their usage has been on a steady decline because oftentimes on the other apps, it's a roll of the dice. You don't know who you're getting. And so when it's a late night and, it's you're a girl and maybe you have your girlfriend with you, like you don't feel that good about getting in the car with someone you don't know. And so what we really pride ourselves on is, one, like, I can let you talk about the community of drivers here, but like everyone knows each other. The riders even know you guys well because they get to see you guys over and over. But this new feature as well is going to be added security for both you, the driver, as well as the rider. And this is a way for you guys to actually validate, right, that it is the right person getting in the car, right? Because anyone can hop in the backseat of a car and just say, the driver can say for Chris, and the passenger can just say, yeah, and it might be Dave, and you don't know
exactly
who Dave is, right?
Yep.
And so this is a way to make sure that you guys have the right people in the car. We really care about your safety, especially, and we really care about the rider safety too. We want this entire ecosystem to be one that's friendly and something that everyone knows, right? So
yeah.
We'll have that out soon. We're doing some testing. I don't know how many people do we have in here, Jeff?
104. It's pretty good. 106 now. 106.
Okay.
All right, I like it. And I know we had people asking about, vetting. How do you vet riders and things like that? Do you do background checks on riders and all that, or do we have to vet as drivers to say, okay, I feel comfortable with this person? Like, how do we go about doing that?
Yeah. Right now we're really following just traditional rideshare practices on bringing on board riders. I'll tell you that we have been in the position numerous times. It's really hard to be in this position, but where we've had to deactivate riders, it's tough to do. I do not look forward to any days where someone has to be kicked off, but there are instances where people might abuse a platform and try to jam us up, right? Jam up us and jam up our funds using this improperly to and get refunds, and that's not okay stuff. So we're working on other ways we can continue screening this, but this new safety feature is going to be really what helps you guys screen the passengers as well in the cars. And candidly, as you guys are building out your book of business, you guys know those people pretty well too.
Exactly.
Right. So, you build a book of business with people, people that you trust, you bring them into the ecosystem, right? It's this, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Meet the Parents, but right, there's that circle of trust, right?
Yeah, exactly. Circle of trust.
Circle of trust.
Robert De Niro, you're in my circle of trust.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I got to tell people, I'm glad you're the type of person to say we do get rid of riders that are giving our app a problem. Like we don't want to do it, but it needs to put some of the onus on the rider to, hey man, you got to act a certain way to be on this app. You can't just come in here and think, well, yeah, since you're paying $8, do whatever you want to do. Treat the driver with disrespect, act this way because we want your $8. Now, Uber and Lyft, they'll just not pair somebody. They won't kick a rider off. They'll just won't pair you. But this same person, and we see these low ratings like 4.1, 4.2 is like, how many drivers have you irritated to be that low of a rating and you're still on the app? I mean, there's people with 3s on the app. And I'm like, this is impossible. Yeah. And so I'm glad you're somebody that says, hey, when we get a complaint, we look into it, we investigate it. The person, that's like I said, it's humanity, it's not AI. So you guys are really looking out for the drivers, all the drivers, not just the one that had whatever happened to them, but for a driver that might potentially pick that person up again. And like I said, that to me, that speaks major volumes about you caring about your big kind of people on this channel. No, I call it the block ban. I block and ban people off my channel all the time because I protect the energy. Good. And when you're building something and you wanted to grow organically, wanted to grow slow, you don't care about losing a few bad seeds along the way. You don't care. You want to get rid of that to allow that. Because like I even talked about, when I used to plant gardens, you got to prune things. So when you prune something, it grows more efficiently. It grows to the level it's supposed to grow. You have to prune. You got to get rid of riders. You got to get rid of people around you sometimes. Because if you don't do your pruning, your bushes get overgrown. And now you got weeds all over the place. You got to prune to keep it nice. So I'm glad you're an app that actually prunes and helps keep the ecosystem. We'll call it that. We had to prune a few drivers yesterday. Prune a few riders.
Yeah. That's one of the biggest challenges with the other rideshare companies, these wrongful deactivations, right? Drivers being overly pruned. And man, we've had so many wonderful drivers come to us who candidly hadn't done anything. Maybe it's just the matter of like they got a new car, they submitted their documentation for a new car on one of the other apps, and then it didn't get updated, and then all of a sudden they can't drive on the other app. right? We had one gal that I was speaking to, one of our drivers. She's awesome. Her name's Sari. She came in and she had a really similar problem like that with one of the other apps. And she, you know, that's like her livelihood. This is where she gets her money from. And so she joined us in January. I think that was end of January when we had the Barrett Jackson event.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were able to help out right there. And, you know, it's like people like her where I'm like, man, I really want to continue helping you out. I really want to make sure we can get you more rides and help you build your own book of business too. So that, you know, you don't need to rely so much on others, but like you can own this book of business yourself. Right.
Yeah.
So, the wrongful deactivation stuff, we hear about it all the time on all the other apps. I mean,
oh yeah. And it's sporadic. And like they would send you addendums all the time telling you we can, you know, kick you off the platform whenever we feel like it. We don't even need, and I got a guy who's going to actually be on a live stream with me another day. He's going to say how he had to go to court, and in court, the people who were representing the other app, Uber, they had to actually admit to the judge that their policy states that they can deactivate a driver for no reason at all. Imagine you having a great day. You done made $350, $400 and the app don't want to pay you. They can just deactivate you on the spot. Your $400 day is now tied up in the system.
Yeah.
But this guy had to go to court and they had to admit in court that they can deactivate you for no reason at all on the spot.
I think
that's scary. That's scary.
Yeah. I think there have been, look, I can count only 2 instances in my mind right now. And I think there's been less than 5 where there's been a complaint about a driver. And dude, I'll tell you, the first thing we do is we just pick up the phone and talk to the driver, right? There are 2 sides to every story. And we want to make sure that we're listening to you because like, dude, this is your livelihood, right? This is what you do, right? We want to make sure we're hearing your side of the story. We're not going to just go blatantly turn off, you know, any. Now look, if you hold a gun to someone's head, that's a whole different story, right? There are
there's no other side.
Don't do that. But look, we're going to hear your side of the story. We're going to talk with you, right? And we're going to have to make that decision. We're going to make sure that we're protecting this ecosystem, right? We're the sheepdogs for this, right? We got to make sure that there are no bad wolves coming in to ruin this for everybody else. But we're going to listen, and you're going to hear our voices, right? You hear our voices enough.
Exactly. No, you're good. Hey, I go 6 hours, man. I'm glad that you can keep up with me. I mean, we've been going for an hour, and I mean, we still on it. But I'm glad that you, like how you say, you're more human about, you know, hearing somebody's story. Uber and Lyft don't want to hear your story. Somebody could just call and say, hey, I just got out of a car with Jeff and he was kind of drunk. I'll try to go back on, and next thing you know, my app don't turn on. Or you're under investigation for the next 3 days. It's like, what? I got like $600 sitting on my app I haven't downloaded yet. I got bills to pay. There is no picking up the phone and say, hey, Jeff, this is Marge from, Uber support. No, there's no phone calls. Yeah. And that's what people have been fighting and arguing about. And here we got Hum coming up saying, that's not what we do. We believe that, like you said, there's 2 sides of every story. There's somebody trying to get over on a driver. So they may say something, try to get a free ride out. So we're going to find out what's going on to make sure this is not just somebody playing a game right now.
Yeah.
If there's no other app doing that, I can tell you that right now. There's no other app doing that. They just kick you out the system and you got to fight to get back on. But about Sherry, I know Sherry. I actually got her number. And that's how Hum drivers are. We all trade each other's phone numbers because when things happen, and just like with Eric, he hit me up this morning. He may have a 16 group bachelor party. A 16 group bachelor party this weekend. So we've got Jamil, we've got Kev, we got all these cars ready to go. And we're going to put them all on Hum because we can't do them through Uber or Lyft because they can't request us directly through them. So if we can get this 16 crew bachelor party, I mean, this is going to be a good weekend. If we can cart them around all weekend, this is going to be all right. And Hum gives us that leverage. That's what people need to understand. We see opportunities like this pop up. It's not just, oh man, we can't do it. I'm going to get kicked off the app if I take you, man. You guys got, no, it's like, here's our cards. Make sure you get up. We got you guys covered. Building business. And whenever they come, they're going to get to the airport. They're going, hey, I need a Hum ride to the airport, or I need a Hum ride to here. There's only 2 of us. That's how you start building the app up, how you start building the business. You get people used to that type of ecosystem. And it's like you said, it's an organic growth. It's a slow organic growth. So
It's like the barbershop model, right?
Yeah,
you rent the space in the barbershop, right? And you bring in your own book of business, right? You've got a book of business that you bring in, but the barbershop is out there as well, marketing for everyone there, so that when people call up, right, and they need a haircut, right, we can put them in your seat, and hey, maybe they fall in love with you, Jeff, or maybe they say, you know what, I like Dave over there a little bit more. They join Dave's book of business. But anyways, right, we all share leads too. Maybe they call you, Jeff, and you say, I'm not available, but Dave is, right?
Yeah. And that's just like Kev, he's a biker. I'm a biker. If I was to pick up a guy who rides Harleys, I got a Suzuki, I might patch him up with Kev because Kev rides Harleys. So him and Kev would have a better conversation, might become friends, might go on bike rides together. I don't know. But with Hum, it allows you to put people with people, depending on what side of town they're on, what their interests are. I might pick up a woman and she might be, more friendly with somebody like Linda or Sherry than with me. I'm just a good ride and I'm funny and I'm like, we're having a good time. But she might really bond with Linda or Sherry and say, hey, we actually have really heart-to-heart conversations, So Hum gives you that opportunity to spread your clients out, to put them where they belong. Like I said, Jamil, one day, he put me with 2 of his clients to take them from airport to airport. We do that all the time. And I think Jamil, he's working on getting over on Hum now, if he's not already on it, but he's got a black SUV too. So we've got a lot of guys coming over so we can, really start working on our business, building our business out. So when people land in Arizona, they're familiar with Hum. So when it does end up in their region, they go, dude, I use Hum in Arizona all the time on business. Dude, now I got it in my city. Oh, sweet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about Phoenix Metro, especially, right? So many people coming in and leaving, right? We got our snowbirds, we have our tourism. Tourism here is like no other, right?
Yeah, exactly.
In for 7-8 months out of the year, nonstop. So they get to come in here, they get to find out, learn about Hum, use Hum, and then they go back to Texas, they go back to Denver, they go back to Minneapolis, wherever they are, and when they're back there, they still have this app on their phone. So when we get over there next, right, we've already got our users.
Yep. And that's what I was trying to tell people a couple of weeks ago with why aren't more people discussing the new apps that we got coming out, the solutions we got coming out. And a lot of people were like, oh, it's because it's just local based. And everybody laughs at me because now I'll start some videos saying, hey, this is a local or something like that. Everything is worldwide. We have the internet now. Everything is worldwide. Nothing's local. I'll talk about things in Germany. All my videos go to like 25 countries because I translate my videos. So all these videos, even the one we're doing now, it's going to end up in Thailand. My son's teacher, his teacher in 1st grade, she actually hit me up one day. She lives in Thailand. She was like, she took a screenshot or she took a picture of the screens. She was waiting by the airport and she saw my video on the screen. She like sent it to me. Says, Jeff, I see you over in Thailand. I'm like, I know this guy. I was his kid's teacher. And it's like, that's what we do. We promote and we push beyond our borders. We're not just Arizona. We're about people. We're about humans. We're about, the world. We got passports. We're doing things. And if you are local minded and you only think in local terms, you're never going to make it out of that. You can't put a shark in a fish tank and expect that shark to grow the same size it would in the ocean. A shark needs space to grow. Hum is that shark. It's coming. And a lot of people see that fin in the water and Uber lives like, oh man, he's taking our client. Hey, I'm gonna have a shark picture with a Hum on it with a fin. Have a boat with Uber and Lyft on it. Like, no, I'm just kidding. That's messed up.
Oh man, that is good.
Yeah, that's funny. Hey, it's on the way. I always tell people, hey man, they see us coming. They know we the 300. They see us coming. And that's kind of how Hum is, People are going to see it coming. It's not just going to be local forever. We're getting it right. We're getting it done. The foundation built right. With a strong foundation, you can put the beams up. Now you can get the beams up. You can put the trusses on there. With a weak foundation, you can't build a house with that. You just can't do it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. Yep. We are excited to get this to other markets, get this to everybody here in your channel.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
A matter of time here.
Now I'm gonna ask the chat right now. Is there any specific question you have that you don't think we touched upon before we let Chris go? Because I know he's got to get going. Everybody's got stuff to do today. So if there's any specific thing you got to say, hey man, what about this? Can I use my station wagon from 1985 for Hum Classic? It's got wood grain paneling down the side. Hey, you should have a Hum Classic category. Some people love old school cars, man.
not a bad idea,
We've
Jeff.
talked about it. We've talked about it, but nobody wants to do it. Me and Logan, we got old school. We got nice Regals. We've got Caprices. We've got 57 Chevys. We've got some nice cars, man. These drivers are collectors. Nice old school Mustangs. You might say, I want to put my stuff on Hum Classic. Imagine somebody pulling up in a 1980 Lincoln Continental, dropping you off in this clean, black, pristine car. You'd be like, dude, I remember this when I was a kid.
Oh, man. That would be awesome. If we got we need some 68 fastbacks on there, like a fastback. That would
look at that, a Ford Fairlane. Somebody got a 1955 Ford Fairlane, 87 Buick Skylark to the platform.
Wow, I like
you want that Skylark. But hey, that Fairlane, you can get those Mach 3s or Mach 1s, those old school cars or whatever. And you should have that.
I like it. So I see a couple good questions on here. Bighorn Kev is asking about insurance. And Kev, I want you to go to humrideshare.com/insurance, bookmark that, because we have our insurance documentations for period 1, as well as 2 and 3 on there. Okay. So keep that tab open, bookmark it, whatever you need to do, download those even. It's important for you to have. You can find that on our website, humrideshare.com/insurance. I believe if you go in there, deductible is $5,000. But bookmark that. That's really important. And then
now with that deductible being $5,000, I know Uber and Lyft's running about $2,500. With the $5,000, what exactly does the insurance cover? Let's say if I hit somebody, the $5,000 is for my car or for the whole situation?
Jeff, don't hit anybody. Come on.
I've been driving for over 35 years. I ain't ran into nobody yet, but I'm just
I know you're making me nervous by even asking that.
Motorcycles, man. Motorcycles are different. No, I'm just kidding.
It's a commercial policy and it covers everybody there.
Okay.
Yeah. And there's a question about manual rides. Jeff, do you want to take that one?
Yeah, with manual rides, let me see. I didn't see it on there. Manual rides.
The Mogul Farmer.
I don't see where he said it at, but I'll tell you about manual rides. Manual rides to me are easy because I don't know what you asked about it, but I'll tell you like how I set it up. I mean, it's pretty easy. When I go pick somebody up, and if they're on a different app or if they don't have an app at all, I just, put the phone number in. I kind of tell them, I get 100% of the fare of what you paid. This is kind of like what I would charge for it. A lot of times I don't even look at the app because I've been doing this for so long. I kind of know what I would take for certain rides during certain parts of the day. So I don't open up Uber and say, well, this is what Uber's charging. I don't do that. I just say, hey, man, I'll do it for $25. Uber could be charging 30 right now. They could be charging 15 right now. I wouldn't know, but I'm like, I'll do it for $25. And usually it works. They say, okay, that's a fair deal because they know, you're getting a nice, clean car, a personal guy. I'm going to get you there safely. We're going to have fun. And it never fails. Manual rides to me are very easy. Even with the rides that are pinging and coming through, I know I'm going to get paid very well because I'm getting $5 just for the pickup. I'm getting $5. So the fact that I can negotiate my own price with a manual ride, I state what I think I'm worth with a manual ride if the person doesn't want to give me a price right off the bat. So if I say $40 from the airport to like the middle of Mesa, and they say, okay, that's you stating your price. That's you stating your price. A lot of people always say, well, you can't negotiate your own price? Yes, you can. Manual ride gives you that option. That's what you're doing. You're an independent contractor. State your price.
Yeah. And the most important part, when you pick up someone on a manual ride, you got to make sure that you get them to download the app when they're in your back seat too, because we want them to stay in the Hum ecosystem.
Yeah.
Randy Marsh asked if there's going to be a luxury option on Hum. Randy, we are right now, the last couple of weeks, we've been testing this new app update. I've got it on my phone and we're still just going back and forth on it. Once that goes, this is step 1. This has been a long time coming. Once we get that live, we've already prepped everything on the luxury side. And so we're going to get that live first, sedan and XL, and then we're going to be adding luxury options to that. So just look out for the first app update, and then you could expect luxury to come right around the corner from that.
Yep. There you go.
Yeah.
And then about this we talk about NEMT rides all the time, non-emergency medical rides. Now, are you going to be requiring or asking for training for the driver? Because a lot of us, we won't do those rides because when we looked into it, the driver has to be trained for medical incidents. They call them acute incidents, something that may happen to somebody. And what would you do instead of panicking and saying, oh my God, I never had a rider, do this. I didn't know. There's training that people get to do medical rides. and to learn how to carry somebody, transport somebody to and from a wheelchair, stuff like that? Are you guys going to require any type of training or even encourage any type of training for rides like that?
Saying exactly, whether I don't like to think of it as a blanket thing. I like to think of it as not like an NEMT ride as another classification. Essentially, it's a class of drivers and a class of riders, right? Today we have two classes, sedan and XL, right? So if there are drivers who do not want to do NEMT, and they do not have to, right? We can have that as its own option within the app. NEMT, candidly, it's a pretty complex thing to get involved with, but it's really good. You're doing a whole lot of good bringing these people to their appointments, and candidly, 90% of them, if not more, it's just like a standard ride at the end of the day. Maybe a couple other ones are more, they require like an accessible vehicle. But, a lot of these people might be going in just for like a glaucoma appointment, something along these lines that, they're able to do everything themselves. So, it is a little bit of a complex process. You introduce another party into it, but it is a space that we are working on right now. We've been having all types of conversations here in Arizona with some of the local organizations, try to find ways that we can get involved. Look, our goal here is to grow this ecosystem with the right people, and NEMT, getting some contracts there is certainly one of the ways we can do that. Because I know there are tons of drivers who love doing NEMT rides.
Yeah, but I know on Uber and Lyft, they kind of play drivers, because I did a whole video series on NEMT and how, the medical service, they like Uber helped a contract with these doctors, and they'll get reimbursed $125, $400 for some of these rides. They'll get medical reimbursements up to that, but the drivers are getting like $9, $13. And it's like, and that's why we're thinking, if people are going to be out doing medical rides, what is the percentage of, what our drivers are going to be involved in those contracts? Because with Uber and Lyft, we're not involved in those contracts. Uber Health does them in the doctor's office. They got the contracts written. We only get a set rate based on what Uber gives us up front, knowing that we're probably getting close to like 7-8% of what they're really getting reimbursed for that ride. And the doctor's office and Uber are splitting that money or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's like, it's a tricky situation, because a lot of drivers, like I said, we're pretty well researched on NEMT at this point. We kind of know what we're dealing with, and we understand the dynamics behind it, the money behind it, the tax dollars, the Medicaid, Medicare, whatever's going on. We understand a lot that's going behind it. And we just always wanted to be involved in, if not the negotiation process of it, at least some of the transparency of it. Like, hey, Jeff, we got this ride right here. It's the max reimbursement for this ride is $136. We're going for the $136 max reimbursement. How much would you go for it? I don't know. I'll do it for, $100. Cool. And that's why, those NEMT rides they're tricky, because even if Uber gets 136, the driver would get like $9. Then it's like, how could you just do somebody like that? If it's a medical ride, not a basic ride where you're just charging somebody, $13 and we're getting $13. If you're getting a reimbursement rate of 136, shouldn't it be a little more like, I don't want the whole 136, but shouldn't it be a little more equitable than giving us $9? And that's the trick behind it. Like I said, we keep it 100 over here. That's the trick behind it. And we've all researched all of that stuff. And we don't mind. A lot of people, like, I've picked up people with a wheelchair, taking the tire off. I've had a video showing taking the tire off, talking about it. I've helped people, crutches in my back seat. But once you realize that these NEMT rides are just banging our cars up, they're banging them up. And we got to have the money to repair the ripped carpets, the ripped seats, the ripped flooring, the scratches around the back. We've got to have money to repair that stuff. Because when you get ready to get rid of this car, whether it's a trade-in or anything else, the miles are going to kill it right off the bat. But now you got the aesthetics of it. And it's like, you're going to walk in with $15,000. I would love to have 15 grand in the bank that I could just trade my car in with. Say, hey, take my car. Well, you're going to need like 15 grand for the trade in. I got that. Don't worry. I work for home. I get 100% of the money. I got the 15. Don't even worry about it. Yeah. And it's like, that's how I want to be. I want to be like that, because I know everything's going to cost a little money, and Hum's willing to pay you money. So it's like, we would just want to sit at that table, man. We want to be at that table and help Hum grow as Hum helps us grow. And like I said, Uber and Lyft, they're pulling fast ones on everybody, and we don't like that. A lot of people don't like that.
Yep.
So,
I'm with you, man.
Yeah.
Is there any what's that?
I was saying, yeah, you guys can keep working on those medical rides or whatever. And if you if you get to a point where, like I said, Hum is still growing, it's still in the infancy stages, it's still growing. So there's a lot of room for growth. That's what I tell people. Everything's not absolute right now. Things are gonna. I mean, I was always thinking, can Hum do something as far as like driver benefits, put everybody on a dental vision plan and allow us to pay into it, like get group rates. Hey, who all wants to be on this dental plan? We got somebody willing to offer Hum drivers a dental plan. If you guys pay, $90 a month to be on this dental plan, I'll pay it because I've spent $4,000 already on 2 teeth in my mouth in the past year. I've spent $4,000. So if you tell me, hey, Jeff, it's $90 a month for this dental plan, trust me, I'm on that dental plan. Because I already know your teeth, with bad teeth, you can't eat, you get headaches, you can't sleep. $90 a month, peace of mind. And that's another avenue of what I see the potential of what Hum can do. Provide drivers with things that these other apps aren't. They're giving us, something for our families that we're out in these streets driving for, beating our cars up, beating our lives up for. Can we get hey man, we're giving out coupons for free massages for all drivers next Saturday. Because we've been sitting in these cars all the time. Okay, free massages. Go to Massage Envy.
I like it. There we go. That's not a bad idea. Top drivers, massages. There we go.
That's what I'm saying. Top driver for the week. Get joint massage. You and your wife go get massages. And it pushes everybody to go get massages. Because, your shoulders are burning up. Your lower back is killing you. So it's like, dude, just be a top driver for the week. You get free massage. And it's going to force people to go out and build that business.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can afford massages with a little bit of a business, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Look, I'm not able to add comments anymore. I was trying to post some links for our insurance page, and I saw someone ask about the investment page as well.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
what's the investment page? It's
go.equityvest.org/hum.
Go.equityvest.org/hum. All right, let's see. All right.
That's easy.
So I'll put that one there. Yep. So that's it right there. And like I said, when something's on the ground level, it's a really good time to get in. A lot of people, we always talk about short bus around here. You don't want to be late to a lot of things that you see the benefit of. You kind of want to be ahead of the curve on certain things. And I'm one of those guys who I'm always willing to put my best foot forward and say, I want to be ahead of the curve on this. Because if it grows, I got a lot of people on this channel that have supported this channel that got it to the point where it is today, because they never saw my channel as a gimmick channel. I don't do gimmicks. I don't do tricks. I don't, go out and do pranks on people in Walmart. I keep it 100 on this channel. And I'm glad a lot of people supported the way that I've grown this channel and the way we've been. Because this channel is not like normal rideshare channels. And that's why I call it the barbecue. It's like we have a conversation, man. We kick back and relax. And we make it comfortable and inviting for people who want to come along and help drivers out, help those families out. We make it comfortable for them. And they know what happens when people come and they don't bring, they know what I do. I block ban. I get heated. I love the energy over here, man. I love it.
Yeah. Well, we're really excited for the rest of the journey here. Again, this is still only the beginning of it, right?
Yeah.
We've got a lot to go, or we have a long ways to go. But that journey is going to be a lot of fun. So, if you're in Arizona, come join us, be a part of the journey, whether you're a driver or a rider. And look, if you want to join the journey and go a little bit deeper, you can join us as an investor as well. This is the first round we've ever opened. Beyond, there we go. And then beyond that, keep an eye open for us. We send out weekly newsletters each week where we recap what's been going on at Hum, what we're doing on the corporate side to grow this company. We talk about some of the partnerships that we're establishing. We're working on some new ones too, by the way. Can't wait to announce those when they come. But go to our website, plug in your email address at the wait list, wherever it may be. Join us. Give us your info, and you can stay posted along for the ride, and follow us on social media. If you're an Instagrammer, you can follow us on IG. We are looking at boosting up our video content presence. So that means YouTube. That means I just got a TikTok account the other day too. We started recording some videos, so now it's time to hit TikTok too. Follow us wherever, any social channel. We're only going to be growing on each of those. Would love to have you guys along for the ride. Jeff, It's been a blast joining you here, man.
Oh man, I loved it. I'm glad you took the time out to come talk to the drivers, because a lot of people won't come out and speak directly to the drivers, say their name, see them in the chat. We represent the chat around here pretty deep. And I'm glad that you took a chance to come and do that. A lot of people wouldn't do it because they think, being on social media or something like that is for kids. It's like, no, this is for information. This is for historical content. And so we're all celebrating a part of history right now, watching a small app grow. And a lot of people know when Uber and Lyft first started, people were scared to get in cars with strangers. I remember those days. And I'm like, what is this? What is that? And look at it now. You never know where these things may end up. So and Hum is different. It's not like a rideshare app. It is something completely different. It's where a driver has all the power. How much do you want to earn? It's up to you. It's not up to the app. It's up to you. How much do you want to earn? And it's not, like I said, it's not a pyramid scheme where, we're going to do this and that. No, you come in, you do the work, you eat. If you come in, you don't do the work, you don't eat. I like when Real Talk with Roy, he's another YouTuber. Real Talk with Roy said it. Jeff, you always plugging for other people. You always push for other people. There's people going to sit on their butt and let you do all the work, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I think about that all the time because I have a heart for people and I try to go out for people. But Roy, he's that wake up and he's like, dude, don't do that all the time, Jeff. Everybody's not deserving of your time and attention. Hum is one of those apps that says, if you work hard, it's on you. Nobody can ride your coattails. It's on you. And I love that about Hum because as we enter people into the system, if I can't give somebody a private ride, all they got to do is turn on the Hum app. Guaranteed, Billy Proctor's in the area. Jamil's in the area. Linda's in the area. Sherry's in the area. Somebody's in the area, but I brought them to Hum. So they're going to get the same type of energy because we all hang out at the coffee shops together. We all talk. We all got each other's phone numbers and stuff. So you're not just getting some random. You're getting an extension of my energy. You think I'm funny. Wait till you get Big Horn Kev in the car. Wait till you get Jamil in the car. Now you're going to see what funny really is.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
And are you going to be at Coffees and Cruises on Saturday? Tomorrow? Are you going to be
I like that. I like doing that because it gets me up in the morning. Usually I sleep in, but I like that. It gets me up in the morning, gets me going. So that's something pretty cool. And I'm normally not a morning person, but just to get up and see all the guys and stuff like that, I love it, man. I love it.
Good. How's that name, by the way? Coffee and Cruises.
Coffee and Cruises. I like that. I like that.
Good.
See, man, because it means it's like, we're going to have coffee, then we go out and cruise a little bit, make a little money. Coffee and Cruises to cash. Let's do it.
Got to make sure that the people like that name.
Oh, yeah.
Good.
It's dope. I like it. Yeah, well, Chris, hey, man, I appreciate you and your dad, Garrett, for being in the chat. Anna's here probably, too. I see, the Hum thing jumping up. So I'm glad you guys came in and represented on the barbecue to the drivers out here. Everybody's got information on how to, get in crowdfunding, get in, become an investor, invest in yourself. Don't just drive for Uber and Lyft and invest in your demise. You know what Uber and Lyft is doing to us. You know it. Don't act stupid. You know it. Invest in yourself. Invest in something that's going to help your family. It's looking out for the humans in your family, not trying to replace you with a robot delivering the hot dog. No. Invest in something that's like, hey, we're trying to help you build your business. A business or a book you can pass down to somebody else. You can give to a friend. You could sell to, hey, man, I'm going to sell you my book. Give me $1,000. You can have my book. This is a business. So it's like with Uber, when you leave Uber and Lyft, you have no equity in it whatsoever. You walk away from Uber and Lyft, you just walk away. With Hum, you got people stealing your phone and they saying, hey, man, you say, listen, I don't do that no more. I'm going to pass to my man, Kevin. And Kevin might say, hey, man, thank you for these 10 new clients. Here's a $100 gift certificate to Walmart, man. Appreciate that. You never know. You actually leave with equity. When you leave with Hum, you got equity in something. You own something. You own your time, your life. You own your own position. You own your fate. With Uber and Lyft, your fate is in the hands of AI right now. You could be deactivated while you're sitting on this live stream and not even know it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Well,
so
it's been a pleasure, my friend. I'll see you for a little bit tomorrow morning. I'll be there for the first portion of it. I'm looking forward to see you, man, and sharing coffee together.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming through, Chris, man. Appreciate that. And you guys go check out humrideshare.com for all your other questions. And don't forget, we got this guy. This guy's got our back. Let's get his back, y'all. Let's do it.
All right.
I'll see you, Chris. No problem, brother. All right. Yes. That was pretty cool. That was fun. Yeah, man. Chris, he's a good guy, man. He's a good guy. And not a lot of, like I said, he was out walking his dogs. He's a dog owner. I'm a dog owner. People with dogs got good energy. That's it. Oh, thank you, Garrett. Thank you, Anna and Garrett. Appreciate you guys for coming through. Really. And I'm gonna tell you something else about Chris. Like, you just met Chris. This is the guy I was talking about. And Kevin, all you guys, Jamil, y'all know this. The first time we all met up, and it was already done. The meetup was already done. Everybody was ready to leave and ready to go. And this lady showed up. So this black lady comes around the corner, and she's like, I'm sorry, I'm running late. Y'all had to make a little, I don't know what, this and that. What did Chris do? Chris broke away from the crowd to give his undivided attention to this lady, to bring her up to speed on Hum, to give her brochures, to give her magazines, to give her whatever she needed, to sit and talk to her. This is the CEO, I'm telling you. The CEO broke away from the crowd, took this lady one-on-one, and he had a conversation. He didn't have to do that. He could have been like, hey, I'm sorry you're late. I got to get out of here. I got to go talk to these guys. They know what you want. But he felt that this woman, nobody knew who she was. She was so important to him as just a human, as a person who showed up just looking for information, looking for help. And he pulled her to the side. And we all sat there and we kept, laughing and joking and having a good time doing what we do. But he took off and he says, I'm going to help her out, guys. It was nice chatting with you guys. You guys are a fun group. But let me talk to her. Let me focus. She was running late. She wants to know about this. And he didn't leave. He didn't leave until that lady was sufficient and the information she wanted to get from what just happened while we were at the meetup. CEOs don't do that. CEOs will go talk to another CEO or go talk to a director of another business or he wouldn't just stop and help out somebody, just random person, and just give them undivided attention. That's the level of people we dealing with right here, man. That's the level of people we dealing with. When he says, hey, man, I just want to help drivers. I want to do this for drivers. I want to, I'm looking out for the energy of drivers. We always focus on rider. This guy, he's not quick to deactivate a rider, but he said, I'll do it. If I'm going to make a phone call to my driver and say, hey, man, I got a complaint about you. What's going on? Tell me the other side of the story. Companies don't do that. Walmart don't even do that. If you go to Walmart, somebody push you and you push them back, Walmart's going to fire you. They ain't going to ask us. All they're going to say is, oh, you pushed somebody. They're going to, get the phone call first. I don't want the apology later about deactivating me. Oh, we sorry we deactivated you. While meantime, you lost like $1,000. You're behind on bills and everything. Chris don't do that. He's like, we're going to call you first. We ain't going to deactivate you. We're going to call you. We're going to get both sides of the story. And then we're going to find out what happened. And we're going to make a decision on what happened. And is that not what we've been asking for as a Rideshare community? Is that not what we've been asking for? Just find out what happened. Don't deactivate me. Don't get rid of me. Investigate it. Investigation before deactivation. And that's exactly what he's talking about. We call you. I'm not going to email you. A report has been made that you were kind of snotty towards a rider. No, it ain't. No. We calling you. I got your phone number. The CEO is calling you. Anna's calling you. Garrett's calling you. Somebody's going to call you. Hey, is everything cool? We just heard your last ride with Tracy. What went down? Talk about it. Let's talk about it. That's what we've been asking for across the boards. A lot of pages won't talk about this. A lot of pages won't even, yeah, I know, Duato. I heard that 5,000 deductible. Ouch. And this is why I tell people, even with the $2,500 deductible, I say, ouch. I think these deductibles are high. But that's just me. Do I have 5? Yeah, I have 5. Do I want to pay 5? No, I don't want to pay 5. So I don't drive in curb lane. I'm not smashing my car up. It's a high deductible. But it's lower than $100,000 out of your pocket. It's lower than $200,000 out of your pocket. It's still $5,000. It's a lot of money. So you got to do like Jamil. Jamil's got commercial insurance. Hum pays you enough with 100% of the fare you got. So where you can go get your own commercial insurance like Jamil's got. You can use Hum's commercial insurance, but now you can afford your own. If you're getting 100% of the revenue, you can afford your own commercial insurance. With Uber and Lyft, it's hard to afford your own commercial insurance when you're paying 5x the rate. Imagine how much you're paying in commercial insurance with Uber. Imagine. Every month, imagine how much you're paying. And you're saying my deductible is only $2,500. But how much have you paid them over the year? See, your deductible with Hum is $5,000. How much have you paid them over the year? You paid them $30 a month times 12 months. You paid them $360. You paid them $360 over the year. And if you have a wreck in December, you got to come up with $5,000. I guarantee you're going to have that $5,000 just in money you saved every month. How much do you pay Uber in insurance every month? $2,000, $3,000. We want to talk about a $5,000 deductible, but you're paying $3,000, $4,000 a month already in insurance. But you're saying $5,000 is too much. How much is it? That's just a deductible. It's money. Let's take the name deductible off. Let's just take that off. Let's say if you get into a wreck, you pay $5,000. Let's just say that. Don't call it deductible. You get into a wreck, you pay $5,000. You get into a wreck, you pay $2,500. Don't call it deductible. Now, how much do you pay every month with Uber and insurance? Let's not put a name to it. Let's not call it. You're probably paying $2,000-$3,000 a month in insurance. It's like you're paying the deductible every month. It's like you having a wreck every month on Uber. It's like you having a wreck every single month on Uber, and you don't even realize you're having a wreck because you paid $2,500 this month, $3,000 last month, $2,500, $2,800, $2,700. By the end of the year, you pay like $20,000 in insurance money, and it ain't even a deductible. You done had 5 wrecks already, and how much money you've spent, how much money you've gave back. You've had 5 accidents. Imagine you getting 100% of the fare back. If you get 100% of that fare back, you had a $5,000. Yeah, exactly. Get the insurance you can. You may need it. And I tell people, there's no law against you having your own commercial insurance, not going with Ubers, not going with Lyfts, not going with Hums. You can get your own commercial insurance just like Jamil has. The difference is you will have the money to get it if you're getting 100% of the fare. You now have the money to get commercial insurance now. With Uber and Lyft, you're already paying $2,000-$3,000 a month for commercial insurance. Your premium is not going to be $2,000-$3,000 a month for your own commercial insurance plan, but that's what you're paying right now. You're paying a deductible for a wreck every single month. You're paying somebody else's deductible every month you drive for Uber and Lyft, and nobody cares about it. Nobody sits and go, man, I'm tired of paying $2,500 a month. But you're saying, well, if I wreck, I got to pay $2,500. You're paying $2,500 a month anyways. What difference is it going to make? You're paying it anyways. Yeah, and that's the thing, Jamil. I believe everybody should have their own commercial insurance. Get your own livery insurance. Use Hum, use Uber, use Lyft as your secondary. Do not come up with $2,500. Do not come up with $5,000. Pay an extra $200 a month, $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year. $3,600 a year. Your deductible is going to be $100, $200, $500. That's it. That's all it's going to be if you got your own policy. So I don't got to worry about $2,500. I never worried about the $2,500. I ain't got to worry about $5,000. Never had to worry about it. Because I already know on Uber and Lyft, I'm paying them a deductible every month of $2,500 to $3,000. I'm already paying them. Just scratch off the word deductible. That's what you're paying them every month. So if you're complaining about a deductible at this level of the game, you've got to do like Jamil and go get your own insurance. If you're complaining about the deductible, go get your own commercial policy. The difference between Hum, Uber, and Lyft is if you go get your own commercial insurance policy on Uber, you're still paying the $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month with Uber. So you're paying your own insurance for commercial and you're paying Uber and Lyft because they're not going to let you opt out of their insurance. With Hum, you're still paying $1 a day. You're never going to pay more than that $1 a day. If you got a bigger car, you might pay $1.50 a day. I don't know. So that's all you're paying for your insurance, $1 a day, 50 cents, $2, $5, whatever it costs. You're not paying $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month to have insurance that has a $2,500 deductible. If you go get your own, you're on your own. You don't have to complain about what your deductible is. If you go and say, I want to negotiate my drive for Hum or whatever, or go out and generate the income and say, dude, I'll make an extra $200-$300 on the side that I don't even have to deal with. Oh, that's my commercial insurance right there. Bam, here you go. Now I can do all my private rides all day. I can do private rides all day because I'll make an extra $200 a month. My commercial insurance is $200 a month. There you go. You're good. You're good. Wait a minute. Exactly. And you got to do that. Personal insurance, especially uninsured, underinsured. You got to get that. Underinsured and uninsured. A lot of people like to skip that. They like, don't skip that. Get that. Because I guarantee somebody's going to hit you and their insurance is lapsed and your insurance is going to be like, ooh, well, you got full coverage, but you just don't got uninsured motorists. We don't know what to tell you. I mean, it was an extra, $1.93 a month and you said no. It's like $1.93 a month. Yeah, and you said no. Like, damn, I could have got that. Yeah, exactly. So always put that on there because you don't know what the next person has or don't have. But like I say, I never worried about the $2,500 with Uber and Lyft. I never worried about it because I ain't worried about it. I'm not worried about the $5,000 with Hum. Never worried about it. If I'm worried about what my deductible is going to be, I need to have the income to go out and get my own commercial insurance so I ain't got to worry about it. And when you got the revenue for it, you're going to do it. You're going to do it. And a lot of people are scared of that investment. They don't want to invest. Oh man, I don't see myself paying $200 a month. Well, you're paying $2,000-$3,000 a month right now on an Uber and Lyft. You're paying $2,000 or $3,000 a month for your insurance. Every ride you take, you're getting billed for insurance on Uber and Lyft. $8, $9, $3, $2, $11, $37 based on distance. And yet I don't want to get my own insurance. You're paying for it anyways. Every day you drive these apps, you're buying insurance at an upgraded rate, whether you like it or not. Oh, I don't want to pay for insurance. Well, you're doing it. It's kind of like saying, I don't want to eat vegetables as you swallowing fucking peas. It's like, I don't want to eat no vegetables as you swallowing carrots and shit. It's like, well, you're doing it anyways. So I see myself as weaning myself off of apps that are gouging me. I see myself as that. I see myself as building my own private client base. I see myself as using Hum. I see myself as kind of following the tracks of Jamil, getting my airport background check, getting my commercial insurance done the way I want it done. I see drivers doing it a certain way that I may want to do it. Everything grows. I grow. Hum's going to grow. I've been driving since I was 15 years old. I'm not the same as what I was when I was 15, even when I was 25, 35. We all grow over time. Minds change, investments change, the way you handle yourself change. So I'm gonna sit there and I'm seeing how Jamil's doing it. I'm like, I like that. Jamil's got some nice ass vehicles. It would suck to wreck a vehicle that nice and to not have it covered. It would suck. That Aviator is nice. I would want to keep that. So you cover what you want to keep. If you don't want to keep it, if you got like a little, a Camry or a Honda or a Malibu or something, you don't care about it that much, don't do nothing with it. You'd be like, well, if I wreck it, I got to pay $2,500 to get it fixed. I'd rather throw it in the trash and get it fixed than throw it in the trash and go get you another car. Because now you ain't got to come up with $2,500. Uber and Lyft going to say, well, you don't want your car fixed? Nope. Cool. Then you don't have to pay the $2,500. You got to go out and buy a whole new car. So now you got to go out and spend $20,000 instead of $2,500. At some point, you're going to spend money. Either you're going to research how to do it now, get your ducks in a row now, or you're going to spend it later. With Uber and Lyft, every day we go spend it. We spend an insurance every single day. Black Santa has to do more veggies. Man. But yeah, man, I really appreciated them coming down and sitting with the interview. What up, Hot Facts? Robert Reese, my brother. Hey, don't forget, Robert Reese, man, after this video drops, it's going to be able to be downloaded. You can clip it up, have your own, whatever you want to add to it, man. I give you permission for that all the time. I know, man, you the official news of the gig economy. And right now that's probably something you may one day want to do content on. I don't know. Download it, kind of look through it, see if it's something you want to deal with. If it is, chop it up, make a video on it, man. You always got my permission, man. You my brother. You always got my permission. It's like my content, I share it with the rideshare drivers. I share it with the rideshare community. And I, like I said, people are going to watch my content regardless, left or right. I don't care. But I think just me being able to give back, me being able to say, hey, the content I just created, it sits on my channel. You can chop it up a little bit and put it on yours. That's my gift to you. And it kind of takes a little, effort to chop it up and to edit it and do what you want to do with it. But I'd rather be there for you as a brother and say, this is my gift to you, and see if that can generate some income for you on YouTube and Google as well. That's how we help each other out as content creators, as brothers. That's what I do. I'm not one of those greedy. No, don't ever copy my content. Leave it on my channel. Hey, if you put this shit on your channel and you get 50,000 views on it and I only got 6,000, shit, more power to you. It's like, that means the algorithm really love your shit and they fucking put you at 50,000 views and I'm sitting there like 2,000. Like, damn, Jeff, it got 50,000 on fucking Robert Reese channel. It's got 2,000 on yours. He ate. I'm glad he did. Because he gonna need that money one day. I'm glad he did. And this is how we look out for each other, man. I don't mind taking care of people. A lot of subscribers on this channel, a lot of members on this channel, they help me be able to sit here and do content. They help me be able to attract people. Because without content on my channel, with a dead channel, trust me, we wouldn't be able to get the CEO to come in. We wouldn't have, his dad, Garrett. We wouldn't be able to Anna. We wouldn't be able to have these people come over and speak directly to us if this was a dead channel. Because nobody wants to walk into a cemetery and try to give a concert. Ain't nobody doing that. So when you don't see certain channels doing shit, it's because nobody want to walk into a cemetery and do a concert. You want to walk into a place that's alive, a place that's got energy, a place that's ready to drop something and say, hey, man, I want to be here. I want to be here. How do I get in? And you guys all the drivers, all you guys on the channel, you guys made this channel like that. You made it alive. You bring it alive with the comments, with the views, the shares. I see all the analytics. I see all the shares, things on going to Instagram and Facebook and X and all that. I love it. I love it because it keeps people coming over here, seeing what's going on in a driver's world, what's going on in our heads, what's going on in our pockets. Why are we upset? This is what this channel is about. Why are we happy? What's making these guys so happy? Oh, if that makes them happy, they like cake. Well, shit, let's keep bringing them cake. What's making them mad? Oh, they don't like mud. Well, let's clean up all the mud. They don't like mud. They don't like mud. It's making them mad. But they like cake, so keep bringing them cake. And that's what we do. We like tips. We like appreciation. We like when people see a clean-ass car that smells good, rolls up, wheels all detailed, and they still drop us 5, 10. Hey, man, thank you for sweating today before you even came out riding. You sweated. You cleaned your car up, did the wheels, clean out the inside. You got the engine running right. You got an oil change on this thing. The air filter's clean on it. Man, here's $5 on that. I appreciate that shit. $5 on that. And a lot of riders, they really do appreciate us to that degree. Some, they think, well, it's your job. No, not really. Not really. My job is to wake up and be the best person I can be. And I can be a real shitty person if I felt like it. I know my personality. I could be real shitty if I felt like it. So when I'm nice to people, hey, be thankful because I'm having a great day. And I hope you have a great day too. But if you come at me sideways thinking, well, since you're just an employee or this and I could talk to you any kind of way, now you're going to get the fucking bear. You don't want the bear. Don't wake up the bear out of the cave, motherfucker. Don't do that. You're going to get the bear. And I'm one of those people that love to hang out with people. I love to enjoy life, but there's a side of me, and people know the side of me. I protect energy. I protect people. I protect good people. And like I always say, you know, even with God and the angels don't just play harps. Some angels got swords and shields. And what do you think they do with those swords and shields? We kill people with them. That's what we do with swords and shields. Angels, they got to go attack and fight evil. I'm one of those angels. I'm not the one playing the harp. I'm not doing it on Sunday. I'm Friday night swinging swords. We the 300. That's what we do. When God created me, he was like, you know what? I need a different type of soldier. Let's get one of these off-ass angels. Jeff, what are you doing this weekend? Shit. Cool. Can you go fight Satan? Let's go. Let's go. 300. So I'm a different angel. I'm not the nice one that plays the harp. That, you know, that's Linda and Sherry over there. Motherfucker singing songs and shit. Like me? Nah. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to fight for that energy for the people that I appreciate, the people I love. But, all right, this was an hour 45 live stream, man. I'm going to start another one. I'm going to do another live stream. I'm going to clip this one real quick so I can actually allow, you know, Chris and Robert and everybody to download what we've said so far. I don't want to make this one a 5-10 hour live stream. So I'm going to end this one. I'm going to go eat. I'm going to go clean up, get things ready. I got to go call my son. My son just got in town, so I got to go call him, see what he's up to. And then I'm going to probably drop a live stream later. We've got some big challenges out this weekend with Lyft. I think I got $200 for 50, 60 rides, something like that. And then, like I said, I'll be doing Hum all weekend. I'll have the app run in the background, be available for any Hum rider out there. My app stays on. Hit me up. Hey, if you private ride, if I'm in the middle of something, y'all know me. We stacking the parlay. I could save my surge on any of the apps. I could save my surge. I ain't worried about them. If I got a $20 surge, I'll save that, take care of the people I got to take care of, and I'll come back to Lyft. I'll come back to Uber. I can save a $10 surge. I ain't worried about that. I'll Paw Patrol that shit, take care of my other stuff, and then come back, take it off of Paw Patrol. Now I can do. So that's what we do. That's what we do. Commercial insurance is $7,000 a year. There you go. There you go. Oh, thank you, Mutated, man. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. Mike said the Rideshare Angel. I know I'm the Rideshare Angel with a big ass stogie hanging at the side of my mouth with like an AR-15 with wings and shit out my back. I'm like, where's evil at? It's like, what kind of angel is that? I thought he would be like a little Cupid with like a little bow and arrow and shit. Like, no, man, Jeff's a different angel. He's over there smoking a cigar and shit, sitting by the throne like, where's evil at? Let's go get him. Like, no. God's like, yeah, he's part of the reject angel crew. We don't trust him around people, so we kind of make him fight. He says, where the white women at? Where they at, man? That's me all day. Shit, where they at, man? All right. Bitcoin halving within a half an hour. Damn. 50% drop in a half an hour? No way. No way. Well, sheesh. All right, y'all. But hey, I'm going to let y'all get going. I will come back with another live stream. Thank you guys for real, man, for showing up. Because like I said, you guys brought the chat alive. You gave Chris something to think about. Hopefully, Hum starts growing. Like I said, we still got our work to do here in Arizona. I know him, Anthony, Garrett, they're all looking at expanding. Anna, she's on it too. They're all looking at expanding. They're going down to Tucson. We're going to try to go out to Western Arizona where Robin is. And I know they're going to start moving up, New Mexico, Nevada, Cali. They're going to start trying to branch out. And once we get this network, it's like spider webbing. Once we start getting this network going, trust me. And even if, like I said, you guys can email them. You guys got it, humrideshare.com. You guys can let him know, hey, I'm out here in Ohio. We're looking for something different in Ohio. Have you looked at you may be somebody in Ohio who says the barrier to entry for rideshare in Ohio was so low, you guys could be here within the next few months. All you got to do is start working on the clients at that point, start getting word out, start getting things out. Thanks, Paris. I appreciate that. All right, Kev, I'll talk to you later, brother. Yeah. And then you can actually, already have the groundwork laid. You can already have people know what Hum is. They've seen it before. So by the time it does make it to your region, bam, you already got rides set up. You got private people set up. You already got manual rides. You know how to work the system. You don't need a whole lot of training in it. This is what it is about being prepared, man. We got to be prepared. And I got a funny feeling, like I said, this is an organic growth process. I just see Hum growing, and I see all of us being a part of it. And if drivers are going to own equity in a company, how many times have we seen people talk shit about, well, you guys need to just start your own app. You guys need to start your own app. You just heard it from the CEO. You can get equity in this company as a driver, as a rider. You can have equity in this company. You just heard it from the CEO. I ain't making that shit up. Y'all was on the live stream. Y'all heard it. Everybody, you need to start your own rideshare. You guys need to stop complaining about Uber and Lyft and just do your own thing. Guess what? We doing it. We doing it. And for the haters out there that see us doing it, well, it's not really doing it. It's not your. You know what? We already know what they're gonna be saying. We already know what they're gonna be saying. Keep doing what we do. Keep growing. They went from 100 rides last February, 100 rides the whole month in February, to now they can do 100 in a day. One driver can do 100 in a month now. And we've got about 40, 50 drivers probably. One driver, that's how many rides are out there now. Because people are learning about it. It's growing. It's expanding now. People are liking the pricing structure. When it's surging out, when you see a $3 surge, you get $3 surge. Yeah. But like I took that lady this morning, I'll show you. I'm not joking. I'll show you what this, because I didn't want to bring the phone out when he was here. Because like I said, we wanted to keep that shit hum. Keep it hum and don't keep it dumb. But I'm going to show y'all exactly what happened this morning when I picked this lady up. I would like to show y'all. I got a $3 surge on this trip. And I got played, but I was headed back towards my house anyways. Oh, and she tipped me $5. What's up? What's up? She tipped me $5. All right. So this morning, and I told you this, I picked her up. She had to go 5 miles. Well, I had to go 1.7 miles to her. She had to go 3.5 miles. That's all she had to go, 3.5 miles. She paid $19.10 is what she paid. Whoops, let me see that. She paid $19.10. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can screenshot it one day and blow it up. She paid $19.10. The external fees, which is the insurance and everything, was $1.91 for 3 miles, 3.5 miles, $1.91. My base earnings was $5. She paid $19.10. I got $5 out of $19.10. They put a 20% turbo to give me an extra $1. So now I'm at $6. She paid $19. I'm at $6. Then I had a $3 surge. So now I got $9 out of the 19. Her passenger payment was $19. I got $9 out of the 19. And that was for a 3.7 mile trip. She only went 3.75 miles. That was it. She must have tipped me $5 because she didn't tip me this morning. So $5 just came through. So instead of $9, now I've got $14. So she paid 19 plus her 5. So she paid 24 total dollars. Out of 24, I got 14 out of the 24. Because the thing is, they never count the tip in that top passenger payment part. Like if she would have tipped me 40, it would have still says passenger payment $19, but tip 40. Because that's how Lyft does. Lyft don't put the whole thing inside of the passenger payment. She paid $19. I got $9 this morning because it was surging. That surge didn't come to me. Because to go 3.75 miles, I mean, I should have been getting $9 on GP because it took me, 1.75 miles to get to her. So I drove a total of 5 miles. So I drove 5 miles total. And out of those 5 miles total, I got $9. They should have gave me 10. They should have gave me $2 a mile, gave me $10 because on Hum to go 5 miles, 3.75, I would have got $5 right off the bat. I would have got 5. No surge included. I would have got 5. Then because I went 11 minutes, that's an extra because you get 25 cents a minute. So that's an extra $3. I would have been at 8. I would have already been at 8. The 5 plus the 11 minutes makes it 8. Then the 3.5 miles, I get $1 a mile. So I got $3.50. I would have got almost $12 on this ride. The lady would have just had to pay $12 is all she had to pay. Instead of the 19, she would have paid 12. I would have got 12. Instead, she paid 19 and I got 9 on Lyft. You see how that shit works? She paid 19 because it was surging. I got 9 because it was surging. She tipped me 5 later to make sure I had 14. But even with a surge, I only got $9. With Hum, with no surge at all, I would have got almost 12 because she would have had to pay the $12 for me to come get her and everything. That was it. And that's not counting the whole 5 miles. That's only the 3.75. That's all based on the 3.75 miles at the 11 minutes and 28 seconds. So 11 and a half minutes. So, and it's 25 cents a minute, $5 pickup, $1 a mile. So I tell people all the time, Lyft is a rip because had she had Hum, she wouldn't have had to pay $19 during the surge. Not only would she not have to pay the 19, but I would have been paid better as a driver. Even with the surge, I got paid less. Even with the surge. So I tell people when they say, well, Hum surges, Lyft surges. Even with the surge, all I got was $9. So it don't make it. The surge is not for us. The surge is for them to pay. Riders get hit with the surge. We don't get that money. The apps get that money. And I try to prove it to people through showing them the numbers. A lot of people don't think that fast. They think, oh, I got surge. Look, $3. It doesn't make a difference, though. On Hum, you would have got 12 almost. And yet you got a $3 surge and you still didn't get what you would have made on Hum with the surge included. But the person paid way more, $7 more. She paid $7 more than what she would have paid on Hum, all because it was surging. But me as a driver, I would have got paid $3 more, even with the surge included. I would have got $3 more on Hum. See, and even with her tip, she would end up paying 17 total with the tip. She paid 24 total with the tip. She would have paid 17 total with the tip. So she would have paid, even with her $5 tip, completely less on Hum than what she paid with the base of what she had to pay with Lyft. This is why I tell people, surge is not for drivers. It's not for drivers. The apps take this shit, man. The apps take it. All right, Big Orange Kev, I see you out there, brother. I just had to, because I was talking about that when I was talking to Chris about how I picked the lady up today and she had a surge and I didn't make any money. Even with the surge, I didn't make any money because I know how this works. I've been doing this for 5 years. I know money. We got paid a whole lot better. Uh-oh, Marcel's in the building. I got to run. Hey, well, I'll see you tomorrow, Marcel, because I was going to link up with you today. I'll see you tomorrow. I got to go call my son because I know he's probably like, where's my dad at? He said he was going to come. I'll be there, dude. I'll be there. Give me a minute. 3 rides with Hum today, 1 for 50, 1 for 17, and 1 for 31. Nice. That's 3 rides. You do 3 rides with Lyft, you might, like I said, you're not averaging $10 a ride. Because a lot of times with Lyft, I average around, like this morning, let me see what I averaged this morning. I did 8 rides at 106. The other morning I did, but that's because I had those $15 bonus. So I did 8 rides for 106. But I had, because I started early in the morning, I had a bonus hour at 5 o'clock. So I got $5, $10, $15, $20. So I got $20. 5, 10, 15, 20. So $20 out of bonus hours, because I did 4 rides that hour. So I got $20 in bonus. So without the bonuses, instead of 106, I would have made 86 and 8 rides. I would have made 86 and 8 rides. Without my $5 tip, that's $5, $4.89. So that's another 5, then $4.09. So 14. So $14 was basically tips. So instead of, it would have been 106 minus the 20 for those, would 86. 86 minus the 14 would have put me all the way down to 72. I did 8 rides at $72. Now, my ride bonuses, $3, $4, $3. That's already 10. Where we at? And that's it. I only had 3 ride bonuses this time. I had 3 plus 4 plus 3. So that's 10. So out of 8 rides, it was 106. It would have been minus the 20, would have put me at 86. Minus the 14 would have put me at 72. Minus the 10 would have put me at $62 out of 8 rides is what I would have made. $62 out of 8 rides is what I would have made if I didn't have the 4 bonus hours, 5, 5, 5, 5, the $10 in surge, and then the $14 in tips. You're living off of bonus, surge, tips. That's all you're living off of on these apps. 8 rides would have got me $68. That was it. That's all I would have got was $68. Wait a minute, because it would have been 106 minus 20, put me at 86, minus 14, 72, minus 10, 62. $62. It would have put me at $62. 8 rides would have put me at $62 this morning. I guarantee if I did all these rides on Hum, I got 106. I'd probably be at like 160 by now. I probably have an extra because all these little rides, you automatically get $5. Automatically, you get $5 just for picking somebody up. They're giving you $5. So the way I look at it, surge, bonus, tips, all that shit, that's the only way you can make it on Uber and Lyft. The only way you can make it. If you don't get tips, because you're living on tips on Uber and Lyft, you're living on tips. So if you don't get tips, you're not doing it. Thank you, Duato. Appreciate that, brother. Yeah, 100 plus a week just to survive. You got to do 100 plus a week just to survive, man, because you're living on tips. You're living on surge. You're living on bonus hours. It's like they got to throw shit out there because they rides aren't worth nothing. The rides ain't worth nothing. It would be nice if the rides were worth something. I wouldn't need a tip. When I do cash rides or manual rides, or I do Hum rides, I don't even need a tip because it's amazing to me to do rides for 3 miles, getting $12. When I do a ride for 3 miles on Lyft or Uber, I'm getting $4. That's an $8 difference with no surge involved. $8 difference, no surge. And I'm sitting there like, why don't all apps pay like this? Why don't they all give us an initial pickup fee? That's what a cab charges. You know what the initial pickup fees for Uber and Lyft be? 45 cents. If you go to somebody's 45 cents, 89 cents, that's the pickup fee. Base fare, 45 cents. Why can't it just be $5? People will pay it. I mean, on Hum, they're paying it. So it's not like they're not going to pay it. They're paying it on Hum. They're paying me the $5 to pick them up. Then they give me the $1 per mile. Then they give me the 25 cents per minute. They do it on Hum, and Hum is small. Why can't they do it on the bigger apps? Because the bigger apps are trying to get rid of you. They're profiting to get rid of you. That's what they're doing. Look at that. There you go right there. 22, 15, 30, 15 on Hum today. 4 rides, $82 with 30 in tips. $80, $82 with 30 in tips. And that's on 4 rides on Hum. I've done 8 and I've made 106. But I've told you what the major part, really, I only made $62. That's all I really made. In fare, I made $62 today. In 2 hours and 20 minutes, I made $62 of being online for 2 hours and 20 minutes. But it says 106. Because I hit those bonus hours. Had they not had those bonus hours, I would have not went out this morning. When I saw the $5 bonus hour right next to my house, I said I could do 4 rides in an hour. So I did 4 rides in an hour. Knocked that out real quick. Then I said, okay, I ended up, going towards the reservation. Did a couple of rides. I had ride bonus attached, stuff like that. Then I hightailed it back home so I could take a nap to get up for the interview. But I basically would have had 6 rides or 8 rides for $62 if all the extra didn't happen. And I showed y'all on my video from last week, I only made $534 out of 95 rides. I made $534. So you're saying, well, how did you make $1,300 total? $1,300 total was all the ride bonuses, the challenges, the quests. That's how it all got there. The tips I got paid. These rides ain't worth shit. They're not. So if you ain't got nothing to accent these rides on Uber and Lyft, you're driving for nothing. You're driving at a loss. You still got to pay your mortgage, your rent. You got to pay for this car, insurance. You got to save up money. You got to get repairs. If you want to get commercial insurance for yourself, you can't get it because they're stingy. Like some said, they're stingy. You can't get commercial insurance. If I'm making 8 rides and making only $62, I can't get commercial. They've got to sweeten the deal. And even when they sweeten the deal, it's not a guaranteed sweeten the deal because there's no guarantee you're going to get a Quest. No guarantee you're going to get Surge. No guarantee you're going to get a bonus hour. There's no guarantees with none of that. There's no guarantee you can't log on your app and still be there. They can deactivate you for any reason. They tell you in the addendum, we can cancel your insurance whenever we feel like it. They tell you that right to your face. We can cancel your insurance on the ride you on right now. No notice, no nothing. We can just cancel you. They tell you that. But yet people stay on these apps. I'm the same way. We stay on these apps trying to extract as much money out of these apps that we can. I'm the same way. I'm still on them too. We extracting as much as we can, but we got these fucking pigeons, man. We got these pigeons. These $3 riding motherfuckers, $4. We got these pigeons that are keeping these rates low. So where we can't make no money. I don't drive unless it's an accent. If there's nothing attached to it, nothing added to it, I can't mess with it. I can't mess with it. And that's why Hum to me looks like a bright future for a lot of people. Not just in Arizona, but if we can get this done right, like how I talk about slow growth, organic growth, this channel growing slowly. I say, and it's funny because Chris, CEO, him and his dad, they think the same way. I worked for guys like this. When I was in corporate America, I worked for fucking CEOs. I worked for companies that started in warehouses and they built to be a whole fucking business park. I worked for people that had a dream like that, who started small and now they own the whole fucking business park. I worked for people like that. So I know that mindset. I've become that mindset. When I say in my videos, corporate America trained me to be this way. So they created this monster, and now I'm in the pit with the rest of the monsters now. They like, Jeff, you should be upstairs with us with the suit on. I'm like, fuck you. I'm downstairs with the sword and the shield. I'm downstairs now. I don't want to be upstairs with you motherfuckers. And now I look at somebody like Chris. He ain't upstairs with the suits on. Bighorn Kev will tell you. He's in the parking lot with us. He's on the corner with us. He's at the bike event walking through the dirt with us. Not every CEO thinks they high and mighty and elite. Some of these motherfuckers is downstairs with us, fighting for what's right in this world, for the humans that's right in this world. They fighting for it. When I left corporate America, I didn't feel bad. I knew I was doing no more 60, 70-hour week. I wasn't laying off no more fucking people like Tesla just laid off all them people. Tesla laid off all them people. Promoting Tesla, laid off all these people. I knew I was done doing that lifestyle. I was done with the corporate greed, the stinginess, the bullshitting people. I was done with that. Now I can stand up for people. Y'all created this monster. Y'all trained me to be corporate. My accounting degree trained me how I can get into the building with you motherfuckers. That was my key. My accounting degree was my key to get upstairs. Once I got upstairs, I figured out what the fuck was really going on. Without that key, I couldn't get upstairs. I was doing accounting clerk work. I was doing this kind of work. But when I became an executive, when I got that degree and I got my ass upstairs, I said, now I'm in the room with you motherfuckers. I see what y'all doing now. Now I see what y'all doing. I don't like none of y'all. I'm out of here. I retired out of that shit. Because some people, we're not designed like that in our hearts. Like I said, I got a heart for people. I might not like a lot of motherfuckers, but I do like people. I do like people. And I really feel like people that are trying hard, that aren't trying to just push other people down, I don't like crabs in a barrel. When I see other people say, oh, I'm better than you. Oh, I do that better. I don't like them kind of people. And it's a lot of people like that. I don't like them. That's why I say I don't like everybody. Because I know it's crabs out there. It's pigeons and fucking crabs. Animal kingdom. God damn it. That's what it is. The animal kingdom. I don't like that shit. We the 300. So when I come through and I see people who are genuinely trying to help somebody, I have to stand next to them because I know how I feel. I know I feel the same way, man. It's like if we get motherfucker, we ain't gonna live forever. We only got to live for a minute. Universe is gazillion, trillion fucking years old. We only gonna live for a minute. So with this minute, let's do something cool with this shit. Let's do something cool with this minute. A lot of people that, oh, you live for 50, 60 seconds. Man, it's just a minute. Shit ain't nothing. So do something with this little nothing we got. Do something with your little nothing. And it'll extend beyond you. We still talk about people from a long time. We still talk about Harriet Tubman. We talk about her. She lived for a minute, but we extend that minute when we see what she did when she was on this planet with her energy, with the people she cared about. She extended her minute. If you want to extend your minute, do something while you here. A lot of these motherfuckers out here ain't trying to extend their minute. They trying to step on other people to make themselves feel like they something. Motherfucker, you ain't nothing. I tell people all the time in my life, I know I ain't shit. I know it. I ain't nothing. But you got to do something with your minute. Says, go see your son. Hey, he'll be here till Sunday. He's cool. He's cool. My son is cool. My son's like me. He's very understanding. He's not pushy or bossy or no shit like that. He's understanding. He's a chip off the old block. So I tell my son I got something to do. My son like, take your time, Dad. Knock yourself out. He knows what's up because even though I got him on everything, both of my sons are like that. But like I said, you got to be out here, man. You got to learn how to extend your minute. Be one of those people that say, hey, I want to do something that's worthy of my time. A lot of people ain't worth your fucking time. And people in my chat tell me all the time, Jeff, don't worry about them fucking haters, man. They ain't worth your time. You're right. They not. They really not. Because we only got a minute. That's it. So do something with that minute. Make a difference. Which is funny because, and the fact that I just said make a difference, I totally forgot what's on the back of this shirt. This is what I got on the back of this shirt. I totally forgot about that. So I just said something. Half the time I forget that I put shit on the back of these shirts. So it says, see the difference, be the difference. You only got a minute. That's it. If you see the difference, be the difference. A lot of people don't know how to do that shit. They see the difference and it goes right over their head. It's too quick for them. They see something, they don't even worry about it. You see the difference, you be the fucking difference. You ain't got to ask nobody. You be exactly what you see. You know what? I could do something for you. You see this person ain't got no fucking money, offer him a cash ride. You can't afford the surge, you can't afford, offer him something. Be the difference in that person's day. If you see the difference, you be the difference that they might need. A lot of people out there, they're, like I said, they glossed over. They ain't red pilled yet. They ain't seeing shit yet. Take that gloss off their eyes. You got to see everything. See between the lines. See the difference between what's going on. See the narrative. You be the difference for anything you need to get done. You be that fucking difference. And on that one, I got to get going. Let me make sure I show the shirt because I had that thing in the background last time. Hold up. This is what I don't know if you can really see it. Oh, yeah, you can. You can see it. That's it. It's like. See the difference? So that's basically what I walk around with on my back. Conquer every obstacle. Be the CEO in your life. Be the CEO in your life. Conquer every obstacle. People gonna put shit in your way. People gonna be in your way. Walk over those motherfuckers. Tell them get out your way. Block ban those motherfuckers. Be done with them. Conquer every obstacle. How else you gonna become a CEO if you don't do that? You can't be sitting around complaining and crying. When you got a solution, that's a conquer. When I don't hear people talk about it's cool. It's cool. I'm cool with that shit now because I know me. I'm going to conquer every obstacle. That's what I'm born to do. I've always done it. They call it problem solving when I was little. We call it critical thinking. We took classes in school called critical thinking. They don't even have critical thinking classes no more because they don't want you to critically think. They want you to be dumb. We red pilled. We conquer every obstacle that's out there. We go out there and we get it. So on that note, hey, 60 push-ups so far. Gonna say stay hard. Yeah, there you go, brother. There you go. It's hard out here because I don't have nobody, but I got real shit, damns, real shit. And that's why I tell people, if you ain't got nobody else, you sit in your car and you say, hey, you know what? Thank God. Thank God. People say, for what? Just thank God, man. Thank God I'm not, destitute. Thank God I got a little bit I do got. Thank God I got the opportunities I got on my table. Thank God for what? Just thank God, man. That's all I can say. And just keep riding. Gas that motherfucker up and keep riding. That's it. All right, brother. I'll see you out there, Billy Proctor. Hey, man, you keep. I'm got to go look at a black SUV this weekend. So I might be with you, man. I don't know, man. We're going to have to do some cool collab shit, man. Some Ebony and Ivory shit. You bring that big white Escalade. I bring my big black Suburban. We got some Ebony, motherfucker Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney. We got to play that theme song, Ebony and Ivory. Riding around Rideshare. This is Ebony and Ivory Rideshare, motherfucker. You can get the black one. You can get the white one. All right, my man. Hey, y'all be easy out there. I'm gonna drop this video. So Robert Reese, if you out there, be ready to download. Chris, if you out there, be ready to download. I'm out of here. I gotta call this kid and see what he's wanting today. Let me see what this kid wants.